I believe we are live right now. Welcome back to We Watched a Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And it's Halloween Horror Month. And everything
Hi,
looks
fellers.
different.
Hi, fellers and ladies. How y'all doing? Woo-wee.
Feels so good to be back. It's been over a week since we've done a live stream. I felt lost without you. Guys, we are trying to new everything tonight. We're trying to upgrade the situation. Oh, there it goes. It tells you how many people are in there up in the left corner. That's pretty neat. Let us know if you can hear and see us okay, if everything's all right, if you're okay. Is everyone safe? Is everyone feeling good in their pantaloons?
How much drugs do you have in your butt right now? How much have you smuggled into your prison wallet? Let me know.
Me to put this into my butt?
I saw somebody I was like, can't wait till they talk about Venom 2. Look, I got more gray hair because of that movie.
Oh, man. I don't know if the chat moves as smoothly on this one because it doesn't seem like it's catching up, or maybe just nobody's talking. I can't tell.
No, they're talking, but mine's slow on my end too.
Yeah, it could be.
It's like taking chunks of it at a time.
Yeah, that could be what's going on. I also don't know what it's going to look like when somebody super chats here, because this is a whole new. We're using StreamYard for the first time ever, trying to make things a little bit better, a little bit smoother, a little bit kinder, a little bit warmer for our bum holes.
I like those. I like that.
Yes. I like to get inside of it in the darkness in the night. Let me see if this one pops it up a little bit. No, that does not show it whatsoever. Let me see.
Oh, there's Derek right there.
Okay, Derek with the first super chat of the new streaming software. Hey, Derek. He says 2 weeks and I'll be tasting you again.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, guys, we're going to be at Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky.
Derek's going to get up in them sweet walls of Mike.
Yeah. Just 17 or 16 days, something like that. JD Ultra says, any Urban Meyer fans in the house? Woo, did you see that? What happened with Urban Meyer?
I saw an article about it. Was it like some kind of like scandal, like sex scandal or something?
Well, yeah, dude.
I didn't read it, but I just saw the headline.
Yeah, man. After they lost their game, he didn't fly back with the team, and he went to his tap house in Ohio because he used to coach the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
And someone got video of this girl. He's sitting at the bar, and this little blonde girl who looks like she's like college age is like grinding up on him. He's got his hand like inside of her butt, and he's married. So that's
he probably watched American Psycho on repeat for like 3 weeks in a row.
He could be American Psycho. He really has that taste for it.
Was she of legal age?
I think she was, because that has.
Well, she was in a bar. I would almost imagine she was at least 21.
Right, but he's married, so that's.
Well, he's a dumbass because he just got caught. But I mean, he didn't do anything illegal. He's just a fucking idiot.
It just makes him up.
How you gonna? You're
a bad coach. That's all.
I don't even know. You could still be a great coach, but I mean, you're just a shitty person.
Well, they just lost the big game, and he didn't fly back with the team. Oh, like the head coach didn't go back with the team.
He's like, he needed to get his dick wet. He's like, I got to get my candlestick fucking dip. Well, I mean, it's just you're a high prolific person, and you're obviously a god in Ohio of all places. Yeah. You go back there and try to get your booty call. Like, just call like a sensible call girl service. I mean, Jesus Christ, they've got coupon weekends.
Tyzavius Bennett, thanks, buddy. He says, hey, you guys, we're 10 days away from Halloween Kills, and can I get a shout out from Slenderman for Tyzavius Bennett?
Hello, Tyzavius Bennett. How you doing this evening? We hope you're doing well. You know what? Me aside for Halloween Kills as well, but not for the same reason you is. We don't want to see Michael Myers. He misunderstood. Me's excited for jack-o'-lantern carving. Yes, sir. Have you one?
Yeah, guys. And it looks like I don't want to tinge the tendrils too fast, but it looks like we are actually going to get a screener for Halloween Kills. So hopefully we'll have a review up earlier rather than later. I can't wait to stick my eyeballs in it.
It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Hey, we actually got
when you told me that, when you sent me the text earlier and you said that I felt like Brody from Mallrats, I was like, damn, that's hot. Or, man, that's hot. When he was, I swear, when he was talking about the Stan Lee thing, I was like, man, that's hot.
Yeah, dude, they sent me the email and they were like, you've been invited to the Halloween Kill screening in New York or LA. And I was like, that's awesome. But we're in Kentucky. Can I have like a DVD? I think it's gonna work. I think we're gonna get something.
If we had gone to LA, we would have had that. Remember when they played in the movie Bean, Mr. Bean, when it was like, I love LA. He was like, goes, what does he say? I don't remember, but yeah, that's what I thought when you were like LA or New York. I was thinking of that song. Yeah. Like we would look like Mr. Bean.
Don't get me wrong. If we had the money like that, we would fly our asses to LA.
Well,
I
I
would
thought
for
if
sure.
they were gonna put us up for like a if they were gonna pay for hotel expenses and stuff like that, I'd be great to go on do the red carpet premiere and watch it with fucking cast and then get maybe an interview with them afterwards.
Yeah, they're not going to pay for that. We're
Yeah,
just
they
lucky
will.
that they're going to let
Yeah,
us
they
in.
will. I was like, why am I gonna pay for that with two schmucks from Kentucky? It's like, because I win. Because I win.
You sound like playing cards with my 6-year-old. Because I
No,
win.
that's how the Big Daddy goes,
Yeah.
how come? He goes, because I win. I win.
I can wipe my own ass. Brad Blitz says mushroom tips and sugar walls. That sounds like a good Tuesday evening. That's what Dr. Chalice is all about. Yes, indeedy. Guys, we have an insane amount of shit to talk about tonight. I don't know if it's where we missed. It's a running joke. Every single time I leave the state of Kentucky, big news happens. Every single time I've gone on any sort of vacation so far, there's been a Halloween Kills trailer. And I promise you, when I left, I thought it was probably going to be the Scream trailer, but lo and fucking behold, they released the behind the scenes Halloween Kills, like 2 different videos of it. Came out while I was in Denver, and we're gonna actually we'll wait till the end of the show because we don't want to spoil Halloween Kills because apparently there's a lot of spoilers in there. I don't think there's that many, but a couple. So, and I know people are trying not to see all the new footage for Halloween Kills, so we'll save that to the end of the show. But tonight, at the end of the show, we're going to react to Ghost. The video everybody keeps talking about, we haven't seen it yet, but Ghost Hunter's Moon is going to be in Halloween Kills. The music video for that's out. We're going to do a live reaction to that.
Well, you said Ghost Hunter's Moon. That sounds like a shitty anime that I don't want to watch.
It's like,
hey, if you got seen the new Ghost Hunter's Moon, it's insane. That girl's boobies are insane. Like they glow when she gets her superpowers. Like I don't want to watch
it's just the name of the band is Ghost. The song is Hunter's Moon, but I don't think Michael Myers is in the video, but it's going to be, the song's going to be in there. So we'll react to that. We do not have a good track record with reacting to music videos because once we reacted to Jericho's band, and that was the most hated video we've ever done.
I have no idea why either because we praised it.
Yeah. People are like, stop talking during the song. I'm like, stop. Just watch the song then, man. What are you watching us for?
Why don't you stop commenting on YouTube and go get laid? God, get your dick wet. God damn. It's like virgin alert.
Yeah,
we can smell our own.
That's the most hated video we've ever put up, and we put up a lot of shitty videos, so that's surprising. But we're gonna react to. There's a whole behind the scenes video of Halloween Kills, and then there's a new featurette called Warriors that just came out. We're gonna react to all 3 of those at the end of the show. Before that, we're gonna talk about 2 different Halloween Kills news stories that just came out. We're going to talk about the Friday the 13th lawsuit ending, but not really, sort of ending. And we're going to talk about the Scream trailer and the fact that it may be coming really soon. So we'll get into all that in just a few minutes. But Tyler Rumfelt says, hey, fellas, I haven't had a Loomis shout out in a while. Could use one. Haha, love you, fellas. And could you do me a favor? Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. I know.
Yeah.
That's a great fortune cookie.
It is.
Tyler. You're doing well. I hope you are. And I'm going to tell you something else. I hope you've been on careerbuilder.com. It seems like you haven't been because you're commenting on the goddamn internets. You're commenting. What are you doing? I know what you're doing. In one hand on the left, you're typing and jacking your meat with the right as you watch gay porn. Get off here and get a job, you asshole. Tyler.
And there's nothing wrong with gay porn. All right.
I didn't say that anything was wrong with it. That's just what he's doing.
With
I stated fact.
Every morning.
If you like to watch a man rub another man down and put his wiener in his mouth, that's your business.
Anthony Bazzuto says, it's getting late. I could use a drink. Good time to shout out buddy William McLeod because he sent me 2 bottles of whiskey.
William, is it McLeod or McLeod? I always thought McLeod sounds badass because he sounds like Highlander.
I think McLeod sounds like Snake Plissken. He sounds like he could be an escape from whatever. But yeah, dude sent me a bottle of Maker's Mark and a bottle of Angel's Envy, which is my favorite whiskey. So thank you, dude.
I'll be expecting my 12-pack of Mick Ultra anytime now. Thanks. I appreciate that. You could just forward it to the address that's listed in the P.O. box.
That's funny. We ran out of beer the other night when you were here. There was no more Mick Ultras. We reached into
it's
the void.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
And the abyss did not look back, and we didn't know what to do. And I don't think, did you have a mixed drink? Or did you just stop drinking? I forgot what happened.
No, I think I mean, after you hit that wall and you go past it, I forget. Well, I mean, I could have done cocaine and crack and not remembered it. But because I mean, once there's a brick wall, by the way, I know this is, we don't normally cover this kind of stuff, but we have talked about Star Trek before. While you were on vacation, I actually did re-sign up for Paramount Plus just to binge watch Picard and start watching Star Trek Discovery because it got all this hate and shit. It does. It's not great. Picard's not an amazing show, but it's not bad either. I mean, I understand why people got pissed off about it because they do change a lot of things. I just started Discovery. It's 3 episodes into that, but I think a lot of people didn't like it because it had like a J.J. Abrams flair to it. There's a lot of lens flare, and it kind of looks more like the new Star Trek movies.
He loves that lens flare.
Well, people are getting pissed about it. And then also they did change the Klingons to make them look, I don't know they look like orcs from Lord of the Rings. I don't know why the fuck they did that for. Because like I would imagine, like look, Michael Dorn, which is on the Next Generation, had talked about the prosthetic, how long it took on the old school, the Worf, that Klingon guy. It took about an hour and 90 minutes, and that was just the makeup and the stuff they used on his head. But these guys look like they take 4 hours a piece to put their makeup on it, so it's got to be a huge production cost. And there's not really any reason to change the Klingons, and I don't know, it's fucking stupid.
You're deep in that Star Trek.
I love it, dude. I know. I can't. I know. I got hooked on Star Trek Online and Phonics, and I've been playing that, and then I've been playing I know I was playing an MMO, and then I'm also watching the Star Trek shows.
Damn. I watched
my dick's curled up and gone all the way back to 6th grade in a matter of 2 weeks.
I watched some stuff on the plane, dude. Four plane rides, by the way. You know how much I hate plane rides, but you know what I love that I found out, dude? If you're ever worried about flying, don't worry about it, because people in airports are fucking alcoholics, dude. We had to get up for our flight at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. We walk in the Louisville airport. As soon as you walk in, bar right there to the right, bam, vodka double. Flew to fucking Atlanta. Got off Atlanta, had to find a bar there because COVID closed a lot of the restaurants. But everybody's they're promoting doubles. You're like, I'll just have a single. They're like, a double's only $4 more, and these drinks are $40 or $20 a piece. So you're like, fucking light it up.
$40, like, holy shit.
It's $40 for 2 drinks. But yeah,
but what are they? But are they mixed drinks though?
Yeah. But the beers were like $8.50. But like,
so how do you sleep at night? I'm taking this.
I cannot fly without some alcoholic beverages because I'm scared to death of it. But I watched a little bit of Midnight Mass. The first 3 episodes of that, fucking badass, by the way. It's really good. Called? Midnight Mass. It's Mike Flanagan's new show. It's like the Haunting of Hell House, Bly Manor, all that.
Oh, what's that on?
It's on Netflix. Way better than the last season. This is really good shit, man. I'm just getting the tip of it. I watched half of The Guilty with Jake Gyllenhaal on the flight back. That seems like it's fucking awesome. That's on Netflix as well. And I watched The Many Saints of Newark, which we'll also be reviewing tonight. I forgot to mention we're going to be reviewing Venom 2 and The Many Saints of Newark, which we'll get to right after we get to these super chats. Brennan Nix, and they'll be spoiler free, so don't worry. Brennan Nix, thank you, my friend. He says 10 days, fellas. 10 short days until Halloween Kills is on the big screen. What are you guys most excited for in the movie? Also, it was my birthday yesterday. Can I get a Loomis shout out for Brennan?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Get a job and stop playing the flute. You are a stinky yoo-hoo. And as far as thoughts go, I'm fucking excited, man. Like I every day is a winding road. Halloween comes a little bit closer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. We get a screener. Hopefully, if we get a screener, it's not going to be the same as the big screen. But there's always I think at some point I'm going to go see it in the movie theater. You have to. I
absolutely will myself, dude. Even if we get a screener, I'm going to go to the big screen to see it as well. I'm most excited to just. All of it. I have no specific thing. Like, I'm just excited for all of it. I want to see the opening. I want to see the things that have not been spoiled. I want to take it in with my eyeballs. And I'm most excited about being able to either watch the screener again, which may be one of those where you can only watch it once. But I'm most excited about having it on Peacock where I can just sit and watch the shit out of it. And I'm excited because we have some special guests that are going to be coming on to do a commentary of Halloween Kills with us. More on that later. And all this cool shit that's going to come out of it.
Yeah, the special guests are Mike's mom and my dad. They're going to be coming on to do a commentary with us. It's honestly going to be really a family event.
It'd be easier to get John Carpenter himself.
Yeah, my dad was like, a bunch of stupid shit that is. I'm not going to go on camera. Bunch of dildo heads.
Thank you so much, buddy. He says, how would you guys feel if they brought back Judah's boyfriend from the original? I'd feel like, I think they're bringing enough people back, but I wouldn't be mad about it. Like, bring him back to get killed, because he went up there with Judith, got laid in about 7 seconds, walked downstairs, and was pretty much a dick about it. She's like, call me. He's like, yeah, whatever.
You know who that really was?
Bugle Boys in.
That was Urban Meyer in his teen years.
It could have been Urban Meyer.
That's how Urban Myers handles business. He's like, just grind on me in a little bit of the bar, and I'm going to finger you, and then I'm going to go get on my plane.
Yeah, I don't care if your little brother kills you afterwards. Robert Goodwin, thank you, buddy. Lloyd Brockway, 10 days till kills. Who would win in a scrapbooking contest? Michael or Jason? Also, would love to see Chalice and Loomis as American Idol judges. That would be a fun video, dude.
That'd
If you
be
had like
hilarious,
us as judges, and then like had the slashers come on stage. That's not a bad idea.
I think Chalice would be more of the forgiving type, and then Loomis would just be like the Simon asshole. Like everything would be unimpressive to him. Like
Chalice
nothing
would
would
just
be
be
good.
trying to sleep with all of them, or he would need to nap in the middle of it. You know?
Yeah.
Scrapbooker, Michael or Jason? It's got to be Michael. He's far too more meticulous. Jason would just fucking like hit that shit and spill his coffee all over it, and then throw a fit and break down the whole table. You know?
I also think you need to, if you're gonna like that particular fight, you have to clarify which version of Michael and Jason you're talking about. If you're talking about the remake Jason, he's pretty intelligent versus like the remake Michael Myers. That's more of an equal playing ground. If you're talking about the supernatural Jason versus like the original Halloween Michael Myers, he can literally be anywhere and do anything. I mean, Jason he's a fucking he's meta. He's like, oh, you hide around shadow. I come from the sky and come up from the ground and rip your nuts off. Like, I don't know. Jason's like, I don't know. I think it would just depend on the parameters.
And Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, his scrapbook would just be sad. You know, he'd be
I always
mom
thought, dude,
stripping and shit like that. It would just be an awful scrapbook.
I think if you're going straight on, I really do think the remake Jason would fuck up the remake Michael. And I'm a Michael fan.
In scrapbooking?
Like, oh yeah, well no, you mean I thought?
Have you been answering this question the whole time as who would win in a fight?
Yeah. I thought, yeah, okay. Oh no, okay. I didn't know what you meant. Oh, like actual scrap. I thought you like when they get into a scrap, who would win, mate? Like literally, I thought you meant scrapbooking. Like
no, like Michael's Arts and Crafts store scrapbooking.
Well, fucking Michael win. Jason's dumb as shit. He has his mom's head. Like that's the only scrapbook that he needs.
No, it's true. KB, thanks, buddy. He says first super chat. Thank you for the first super chat, man. I love you guys. Can't wait for kills. Us too, Kane. Can't fucking wait. Thank you, Robert.
Good time.
Once again, Go Flamingo Power says favorite Resident Evil game. I'm gonna go with the original, but Jay is much more versed in the Resident Evil verse than I am.
I mean, I think my favorite Resident Evil game of all time, it might be the first one, just the originality of that, and it scared the shit out of me. But the second one expanded and opened up more, and it was that was the coolest thing. When Resident Evil 2 came out on PlayStation and I got it, it was that 2-disc, and you played as Leon Kennedy first, and then you played as Claire Redfield, and you got the whole story. It was pretty fucking dope. And I like that you could run around the city and all that stuff. I thought the second one had more detail in it and more story, but the first one had more like atmosphere, I think. I just like the second one overall.
Me and Cody would just sit and watch you play it. Like
I know you, I know. And Heather and Annie, which is my cousins, came over. I was like, yeah, you would just sit there and ignore everybody and play Resident Evil 1. And we were like, oh my god, get the rocket launcher, and you'd be like, shut up, I know what I'm doing. Because they'd be like, I was like, don't backseat game with me. Okay, you're here as an audience member. Don't backseat game. I know what I'm doing.
When me and Cody would play sports games, we would always make you sit and watch because you got excited. You'd be like, oh shit. Hit B. Like, hey, shut up, dude. He's on a post route. I'm trying to hit the screen.
Yeah.
Ryder, thanks for the super sticker, buddy. Appreciate that. Bat Seal says, howdy, y'all. Can Slender Man sing Down Easter Alexa? He asks for it every stream, and I still don't know what it means.
It's a song by Billy Joel. And I always say this every time. And if I don't forget, I swear to God, I'll do it. I don't remember all the words. So me the Down Easter Alexa. And me. It's like right there, but I can't. It's always a block because I used to listen to I had the Billy Joel Greatest Hits, and I used to listen to it on my way back from work, and I would have Down Easter Alexa on. Fuck, I'll get back to you. I swear to God, like before the stream's over, I'll look up the lyrics and get it right, or at least the chorus part. I don't have my phone with me, but I will totally do it.
Marco V. Villatoro says, Mike and Jay, your thoughts about Blumhouse maybe exploring Halloween Season of the Witch and doing something with that? Marco, we will get to that. Not going to talk about it right now because it's part of our news, but we will get into that, buddy. I promise. Thank you very much for the super chat. Jonathan, man, what if Michael takes his mask off and says, I'm the leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun. I'm the leprechaun.
Then I'll say what that dude in The Patriot said. How could it have come with this? Peasants, pitchforks. I'll be fucking pissed, and I'll say, you know what? When Chris Nelson meets, I was like, what the fuck?
And the leprechaun.
Academy Award-winning Christopher Nelson, you signed off on this?
Anthony Stamps, thanks, buddy. He says, I'm filming a skit called the Jason Voorhees audition. So I'm gonna have Christopher Walken, Steven Seagal, Jared Leto, Jeopardy, and Morgan, and Javier Bardem auditions to film. Do you have any advice? Yes, if you build it, Anthony, they will come. That's all I got. That's all I got. If you're actually hoping to get those people, but I'm sure you're not. But if you're going to be trying to do all those all those what's the word for it?
Celebrities,
All those
high-profile actors.
I'm fucking dumb. Like what do you do when you pretend you're someone else? Impersonations? Then just do one at a time because your brain's gonna turn into goddamn mush. You know?
Yeah,
Unless you're
it's easy for Jared Leto. All you got to do is watch like the Davidians, David Koresh, and how that fucking weirdo in Waco, Texas, and the cult leader. That's all you got to do. Just practice him, and you got Jared Leto. Well, I'm sorry. Was there a virus going on? I was out there smoking hashish with my my mule and my followers. So what's going on? I have returned.
The Sound Painter Studio says, how excited are you two for the Cole edits to release his fan cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween Part 2 on the 31st? Some of my music featured as well. Hey, that dude does good fucking work, man. So we're totally excited for that. Absolute goddamn frickin' Fruit Loops toodalutely. We are. This is a new, just in case you guys haven't noticed, the look and the feel of everything's a little bit different. I'm trying really hard to keep up with the super chats on here and make sure we get to them all. And I know for a fact that we missed a couple because
they're coming in blocks.
It moves a little bit differently. Do the same thing I always do. If we miss your super chat, I definitely don't want to. Email me, we watch the movie 2 at gmail.com, and I'll make sure we start the next live stream off with them. We will get to all the ones that we can. Just in case we did miss them, though, I just want you guys to know there is a way to still get it done at the beginning of next show. I don't want anybody to get dicked out of it.
That Vinny is asking if anybody else is having a sound delay.
I hope fucking not. I really hope not. Vinny, I hope not. Hopefully it's just your slow internet. I hope you have slow internet. It's probably us that has the slow internet.
Vinny's the kind of guy that's got like an ultra saber fucking internet service provider. Like he's probably got like extra juice.
Yeah. God damn it. We need to find somebody who can like catch the super chats we miss, who watches and like writes it out or something. Somebody who can help us with that. That's what we need to figure out. By the way, almost 400 people in here tonight.
Holy shit.
Hands to you, all fucking to you guys. That's amazing.
I'm glad that I always thought, like, I just think that there's like 15 people in here. I'm like, oh, it's fine.
I think Andrew's here. Dickens Jones.
Andrew,
thanks, buddy. Gary Callis says, do you think Gore and Love and Thunder will have the Necro Sword now? Because in the comics, the sword is the first symbiote. All I know is that Gore's going to be Gore the God Butcher, right? It's going to be played by fucking Christian Bale. Holy hits. That's going to be fucking awesome. Did I get that right? It is Gore the God Butcher. That's
I don't know what the fuck
that right.
What's that?
That's who Christian Bale's playing in the Thor: Love and Thunder. It's the character he's going to be.
I don't even know who that character is, so I don't. You know, I'm fucking lost.
Josh
Gore the God Crusher.
Gore the God Butcher. I thought that's the
God Butcher. That sounds like a Gwar song.
It does sound like a Gore song. Josh Norman, thank you very much, buddy. We appreciate that. Mike White, what's up, you fuck? Thank you. Hey, you cute bastards. If I send you guys a package chips, will you do it? Bring the fire, possibly do it as Michael and Loomis. LOL, do it. See you guys in a few weeks at Scarefest. Michael, absolutely not. I did that once, and as you know, it ended with me butt naked at 3 o'clock in the morning on my toilet, crying and sweating as I shit my literal pancreas out of my butthole. I will never do that again, and I love hot shit.
I'm not doing that ever. Like I knew it when I saw the black peppered situation on that tortilla chip. I'm like, that's fucking bad news, Jim. I'm not gonna do that.
No way,
sir. I'm not doing it.
I've never felt ass pain like that, and I've been to jail 3 times.
It was the funnest part of my life to watch you fucking struggle, but it was the funnier part still when you texted me and told me that you were butt naked. It reminded me of that scene in Ace Ventura when he runs the bathroom and he's naked and he goes, oh, and he's like, he turns the shower on and he's like, oh,
it was so much darker.
You're calling for Katie and you're probably having a panic attack. It's like, Katie, my butthole's literally gonna fall out of my anus. I gotta go to the doctors.
I woke up.
Sew it back on.
I woke up in the middle of the night on the couch and I went. Fucking ran to the bathroom, dude. I've never felt pain like that in my life. Ryder, thank you, buddy. Says, are you watching AHS double feature? I'm not. Jay, you were watching.
No, I'm behind. We watched the first couple, but I haven't watched any since then. No,
man, shit's been so fucking busy these past 2 weeks. We had 2 trips come up in the span of a couple weeks, plus the start of Halloween Horror Month. I haven't had time to wipe my own ass. I smell awful right now. But I am going to go back and see that for sure. Mike Johnson, thank you, buddy. Says Mike Johnson. Sounds like you're saying My Johnson. Makes me laugh. Did you guys see the new Halloween Kills clips released today? Keep up the great work. Love your faces. We have not, Mike, but we're reacting to them tonight in the final hour of the show. We're going to watch them with you guys. Brennan Nix, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. He says Halloween should end with Michael finally killing Laurie and then taking his mask off and saying, finally. and then he dissolves into the air like the people in Infinity War. Just kidding, but could you imagine? It
Holy
reminds
shit!
me
Again,
reminds me of that scene in Ted, dude, when Joel McHale goes on the date with that girl, and then she yells at him and leaves, and he fucking lets out that fart, and he goes, "Oh, finally."
I thought it was gonna be like when he took his mask off. He's like, "It is done," and then he just falls over, and then he's dead. I don't know. I think all Halloween ends, culminates with Michael, finishing whatever he needs to finish. I don't know but they've listen, the mask thing has got to stop. I'm so fucking tired of people like, take his goddamn mask off, or what if his mask falls off? It better not. That motherfucker better be stitched onto his face. I don't want to see that beautiful James Hugh Courtney face because he's a handsome man, but I don't want to see it. You keep it the fuck on. I don't like when they play games like this. See it. They better not. I'm gonna close my eyes like I walked in on my parents having sex. I'm not gonna fucking look at it.
I close my eyes.
It's like I'm not gonna look.
You. Lava 1701. Thanks, buddy. He says, first super chat I've ever done. Thank you very much for that. He says, hey Jay, if you ever want someone to play Trek online with, let me know. I stream the game on Twitch. Love Wham. Keep up the great vids, guys. He's gonna beam you the fuck up.
Hey man, I'll tell you what. I got a badass ship. I've got some cannons. I've got some beam arrays. I've got torpedo launchers, quantum. My shields are on point. Whenever, let's do it. Let's stream that shit. Let's go take on some fucking Romulan ass and rule them.
Oh, fuck, man. All right. Let's get into the goddamn news because we got a lot of goddamn shit to talk about. Thank you all so much for your super chats. Really do appreciate them. And we will answer them as they keep coming throughout the show. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying let's get to our reviews. They will be spoiler free. We'll knock those out first. Venom 2. Yeah.
That's pretty much how I felt when I was watching it. It was one of those movies like, well, look, the main thing about it is I didn't like was that they injected way too much humor. I liked Venom 1. I actually did. I know it got a bad rap and a lot of people hated it. And it took me a while to watch it and I enjoyed it. I think that they did a pretty fair job of balancing the humor with the action sequences and the dark aspect of Venom. So in the sequel, I thought they had got their legs under them and it was going to be more of because what Venom essentially is with Eddie Brock is more like a Punisher on steroids. That's what he is. It's supposed to be more of a dark concept, running around, like a vigilante running around the city, but they focused a lot more on the comedy. Even like, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it's not like it was bad or all of it was funny, but it came off as kind of corny in some scenes. And one of the main things I took away from it is the fact that either they didn't know how to really handle Venom or they were like making a promise to fucking MCU so they could have a crossover with Tom Holland. And, if they go too extreme, if they make Venom too much of a monstrous kind of entity and just very visceral, graphic and gore, they would have a hard time convincing Sony or MCU like, oh yeah, we can integrate this character into your MCU. And then another thing, and we don't want to spoil anything here, but there was one specific thing that I was like, holy shit, I rolled my eyes toward the end. Because when they did what they did, I'm like, God damn it. Every fucking time I get my hopes up, you rip my dick right out through my butthole. Like I thought, for example, like I was like, all right, you know what? They're going to handle this with care because it's a very important particular story element that could be used in future films as not only just Venom, but actually a larger scope. With this particular, I can't say.
Are you talking about pre-credits or post-credits?
I'm talking about pre-credits. I'm talking about what they did.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I was thinking of that, and then they just kind of squashed it. But I don't know. I mean, it was a cutesy, it's like a cutesy ass movie. And it was like, but here's the thing: if you're gonna make Venom, why make it Spider-Man 2.0? Just make a fucking Venom movie. You don't have to copy Tom Holland's Spider-Man with all the jokes and shit.
Well, like it was weird to me because it didn't feel so like, that's a good point you brought up, because it didn't feel marvelous to me when I watched it. I just thought, like, I wasn't mad at it. Like, you know what I mean? It was funny. Like, I laughed a lot. Yeah. But you talk about a lot of movies, you're like, oh, it has too much comedy. And I'm usually not one for that. Like, I don't mind comedy put in movies every once in a while. Yeah. But Venom 2 is literally a comedy. I mean, it is a comedy. And if you watch it as a comedy and you're fine with that going in and you just want to have a comedy, you're probably going to have a good time. There were several times, dude, when I like bent over laughing my ass off because that voice of Venom, it's just so hit or miss. And so is Tom Hardy with his voice that he does when he's like, they're going to put us in Area 51. I'm like, sometimes it doesn't work. And then other times it does. And it honestly, I think it doesn't work more often than it works. So that when he pops out with that voice and he's like, that is a red one. Like it catches you off guard and you actually laugh really hard, but it probably hits like 1 out of like 4 jokes. And
I think they were throwing everything they could, and maybe one of them would stick. Like they were just writing joke after joke after joke. And it's like, oh, this one would be funny. But you know, the main thing is, it was like watching Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks. It was like Venom was like the goddamn dog, and Tom Hardy was like, you know, it felt very like slapsticky or something. And, you know, I was like, I mean, I laughed when he's like, we're not doing shit until he apologizes. Like that was funny to me. But at the same time, I was like, I was expecting, and look, I get it. Like, I'm not saying 100% there should be no comedy. I'm not, but I'm saying like, I think you need to tout that line. It's like you did a Diet Pepsi version of Deadpool, but not even the right kind of Deadpool. Like Deadpool is gory and graphic, but they use the humor as a backdrop. This was like the light version of Deadpool. And it's like, yeah, you saw the success of like, you know, it's like, okay, we're going to make this movie, but you didn't even make it rated R. Like, so you didn't even have that going for you. That at least, I don't know. I like, and
one
then, you know,
fuck bomb. I think they did save that. And that was the thing that pissed me off too, is they're like, oh, trust me. Hey, we pushed the line between PG. They came out and said that, like, we pushed the line between PG-13 and R. I'm like, you're not impressing me. Like, saying, hey, this is a crazy PG-13 movie. Like, that does not impress me, okay? Like, you're not, oh my God, they said they're going to almost make it rated R. They make rated R movies all the fucking time. So if you're going to do that, just make it rated R and stop being a bitch about it. But, like, I don't care that it's PG-13. That's fine or whatever. I just thought the whole thing looked a little G.I. Joe, a little cheap, like a little, just didn't go dark, it didn't go gritty enough, and it didn't go polished enough. Well, and it floated this weird line between them, and it never, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
I felt like somebody lost their balls before the movie was made. Like, they probably had this great idea for like something that maybe did push the line. I don't fucking know. And they had more of a darker theme going with it. And they were like, no, we got to lighten this bitch up. Okay. God damn it. We got to make those monies. Look what MCU's doing. But this is why Sony has failed multiple times with their fucking franchises as far as superhero flicks go. That's why Marvel had to come in and save their Spider-Man, even though I did like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1 and 2. But I didn't, you know, but it's like Sony always feels like they always try to copy whatever the popular trend is, and they fail miserably on their own. And I feel like that's what Venom did. And again, it's because I know that Venom 1 was like not universally hated, but divisive amongst fans. I enjoy that one more than I enjoy this one. Like I've watched Venom. I watched Venom 1 like a couple of weeks ago, and I still enjoyed it. Venom 2, I'll watch it one more time if it comes out available. You know, when it comes out on stream, but I won't ever fucking like own it because I don't give a shit about it. Because they took you know what, and that's it. I think they also disrespected one of my favorite characters of all in Carnage. I can't tell you what happens with Carnage or what goes on with Carnage or even Shriek, but those are some of the best characters and some of the best villains that Spider-Man eventually faces. And I feel like they fucked those up. And how are you going to do that with Woody Harrelson?
I hated
Shriek was terrible, but I'm saying she's great in the comics. In Maximum Carnage, they do an amazing job. And I really did think they were going to set all this up for Maximum Carnage, which would be a great crossover with bringing Tom Holland into the mix. But they fucked that up. And again, how are you going to say you're going to have Woody Harrelson and not do a good job? And it's not Woody Harrelson's fault. He's an awesome actor, but it's like a badly written script and the lines that he had to deliver. And I know what they were trying to go for, but I felt like they should have gone more with the Joaquin Phoenix joke. Like the Carnage is like the Joker, but even more homicidal in a lot of ways, like even more crazy, even more random. And I just feel like they could have done a shit ton with that character, and they just didn't do it. So
yeah, Jeff Hill says it wasn't dark and gritty enough, LOL. And that's actually not even like what I'm saying here. Like what I'm saying is if you're not gonna, it's caught in no man's land. Like I didn't need it to be dark and gritty. Okay, you could have gone the Marvel route with it, whatever, that's fine. Like I just wanted to see a good Venom Carnage film. And if Marvel had handled Venom and Carnage, I'm not one of these people that says if Marvel did it, it'd be great. But I'm also not one that says every film has to be dark. And this film kind of fell in that no man's land where it just wasn't that. It just wasn't very impressive. Like it was fine. It was fine. But I feel like, why was Deadpool so good? Deadpool was good on a shitty little budget. It wasn't dark or gritty. It just had nuts to it. You know, like they could curse, they could do what they wanted to. And I feel like if you don't have the Marvel budget, if you can't make all this shit look perfect and you can't have this script be really fucking tight, like down to the goddamn nuts and bolts, to the point where honestly you're afraid to take risks, like so many Marvel movies are, then I think that you should go a little bit towards the R-rated, towards shit like that, because you can make up for it. Deadpool had a lot of problems with it if you looked at all the other shit, but the fact that it made fun of itself, it had nuts to it, it could do all these things, it made it better. With Venom, it feels like it's in this no man's land where it's not great. It's not great. Nothing about it is great. It's just like, it's almost like a TV show that you're watching, and it's fine. I didn't hate it. I laughed. I had a good time, but I really didn't like Carnage. I
no,
did
dude.
not.
And I don't know how you can, like, again, that character is so great. That character is so well written, at least in the comic books, and they've done such a great job with that character over the years. The idea that you can just take this character and almost throw him away like he's like a no-name villain of the week. And he's literally one of the biggest villains, not only in the Spider-Man verse, but in the entirety of the Marvel universe. Well, not all of them, but he is. Carnage is like, again, the equivalent is Joker, and you just take that character and you shit on it. And in a lot of ways, I think they did that. The reason why Deadpool works also is because Deadpool was true to the source material. Deadpool didn't try to be anything other than what Deadpool was supposed to be. That's why Ryan Reynolds pushed so hard for it, because the guys behind that movie knew what they were doing and had respect for the material. They didn't try to change it around or make it this way or that way or try to follow a popular trend. They're like, no, that doesn't work. The only way that Deadpool works is if you stay true to the source material. And they fucking did it. They had the balls and they said, guess what, movie producer? I'm going to put this on your desk, and I didn't even wash them today. And you're going to say, yes, sir, I want to make that movie.
Nut sack.
And they did, and they did it. And that's why Deadpool is such a phenomenal hit. I think they could have done the same thing with Venom. And look, the dark and gritty thing is not dark and gritty enough. I think there are certain movies that have to be in that realm of dark and gritty. It has to be. That's how Mike likes to suck that cock. He's like, oh, baby, you told me you were going to tell me when you go.
I thought it was just liquid in the bottom of my cup, and I just like put the whole thing back, and there was like 10 pieces of ice, and I almost died.
Oh, sorry, sounds like your first day in prison. But no, it was. But the thing about it is, if you look at certain comic books, Ghost Rider, if they made Ghost Rider, for example, Blade, Venom, Punisher, these movies have to be dark and gritty because the material is dark. It's gritty. It's not a Spider-Man flick. It's not a Spider-Man comic book. So you have to play in those parameters as well. I don't know. I just felt like they could have done more with it, and I felt like it was a wasted potential of a great movie. Yeah. I think, and I like Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock. I think he's a good fit for Eddie for the Venom thing. But when you get the Turner and Hooch thing going, all right, you've already lost me. Now it's like a kid's movie.
That's kind of like, if you haven't seen Venom yet, it's exactly what it is, a buddy cop movie. Like, it's a buddy cop movie, but like a boy and his dog. Like you said, Turner and Hooch. It's Dunstan checks in, but he also sometimes eats.
And nothing wrong with those movies. I like Turner and Hooch, but I know what I'm going to see when I watch Turner and Hooch.
You know, as a comic book fan, that this is not Venom. Like, you know what I mean? Like certainly there's little points in the comic books where he would be that. He would be a little bit like, there would be a one-liner, but it felt like they stuck to the comedic, like, talking about my best friend. Like, they stuck to that, and that is what they built these characters on. And in the back of your head, the entire time you watch it, you can't help but go, he is a fucking bad guy. He is supposed to, at least at some point, be a bad guy. And I know that they can do that, and they can ride that wave, and that sometimes he's a good guy, but it feels like they forgot all about that. Well, like, they're not even touching that, except for that sometimes I will eat Mrs. Chin. Like, except for that, like, that's it.
The thing about Venom is that Venom does eventually become more of a vigilante, in the comic books. But if they're going to skip the part where he's just a pure bad guy, and that's from a point of view, that's fine too. I mean, but just do it right. Like, I don't even care that Eddie, because the idea with the Eddie Brock storyline anyway that they did in Venom 1's not really, it doesn't really line up with the Eddie Brock that we know in the comic book. But that's fine. Just skip the part, but make him fucking like he's Punisher. Like, this whole thing, like, fighting, you can't eat people. And, I only want chocolate and, chicken, which is funny, but it's not like, come on, man. Like, the whole idea was if Eddie Brock were going out there and letting Venom have his day and fucking up bad guys, rapists, and biting their heads off, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm down with this. And having a little bit more of a serious, but they didn't, they just strayed away from that as far as they could get.
You know what it felt like, dude? It felt like one of those Marvel shorts that you got back when people bought Blu-rays and shit. Like, I know we still do, but like when you get those Marvel one-shots when it'd be like Thor at the office, that's
Yeah.
what it felt like. The whole thing was based on one single joke, and that's fine. It's not bad to watch. It's entertaining to watch. But as far as if you wanted something more from the character, if you wanted Carnage to mean something and not just be ultimately, you said it fucking best, especially after you get to the post-credit sequence, which was cool, but you can sense them going, hey, it's like when you go to a certain restaurant and they're like, you need to wear a suit and jacket. It felt like Venom and Carnage needed to wear a suit and jacket to get into the MCU party, and that's kind of what they did here. And the ending, the post-credit sequence, kind of proved that they were trying to get their foot in the door, and it feels like they have. And you'll find all that how all that stuff goes out. But yeah, still, I give it
ultimately,
a 6.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5.5. I was not. I mean, and again, it's average. I mean, it's a little bit above average. I mean, if you like the first one, I mean, honestly, if you like the first one, I guess go see it. But it's not really. I mean, if you're expecting something that they really just knock you out, knock your socks off, like with Carnage, you're going to be sadly disappointed, sir. Like your first sex experience. It's not that good. It's not that good. And you're just gonna be like, shit, I spent $20 on this. Fuck.
I think you can watch it, realize it's not very good, and have a good time. I feel like both sides are right. The people that fucking hate it, I totally get where they're coming from, because some of the comedy is just like, whew,
I would say this.
Like,
you know what? I would
get
wait
people
for it
who
to,
had fun because it's funny at times.
I would say I'd wait for it to stream. I'd stream it if you can get it on. I think it's coming. I don't know if it's HBO Max or Disney Plus. 45 days or something after it's released in theaters. I would just stream it.
And I'll also say, if you have something if you really want to see the Carnage and the Venom from the comic books come to life, and that's what you're excited about and looking forward to, you're going to be disappointed. If you're just going to look to have a good time and a nice little popcorn movie, you'll probably enjoy the fuck out of it. I mean, that's fair, right? I think that's pretty.
Well, I mean, I know, but that's like saying, like, like a popcorn movie to me is Transformers, and I had a hell of a lot more time, like fun time with that than this.
Oh, I like this better than Transformers. I'd rather fucking.
I like the first one because you got to see Megan Fox's ass and her belly.
Well, that's true, but I'd rather fucking eat another Pocky chip than watch Transformers
I'd rather
again.
Fuck Tom Hardy, but even though he was, dude, I'll tell you what. Dude,
you in the cool?
By the way, is Tom Hardy? We were talking about this before. I don't know. Was that Donnie Wahlberg? It's not Donnie Wahlberg. Okay, it wasn't just like Donnie Wahlberg.
It did look like Donnie. It looked like
I swear to God, I was like, holy shit. I was like, does that guy only know how to play detectives?
it looked like Saw 3 Donnie Wahlberg.
No, he really did. I was like, because I thought it was a terrible toupee that they just slapped on his head.
I'm not really convinced Andy Serkis knows how to direct the movie. That sounds mean to say. I hope the best for him, but the tones in this were fucking. It was like a Christmas special. It was like fucking wackadoo, man. It was weird, but some of the comedy worked. Ahmed Ali says, with the post-credit scene, it seemed like they were making Venom PG so we could be in a certain movie in the MCU. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, it's the fact that they wanted to impress the Marvel masters to get Venom integrated into the Tom Holland universe, which I didn't even give a shit. It'd be cool to see Venom.
I will be excited
on Tom Holland, but I mean, at the same time, I don't really give a shit. And at the same time, it's like the same argument that was made about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and everybody was like, "Oh, it'd be cool to see Joaquin Phoenix's Joker take on Ben Affleck's Batman." I mean, that would be cool, but if they don't have it, I'm not going to be pissed off about it.
Well, you know what would be neat to see? I think what I would get, my Wranglers wet would be if you saw Tom Holland, like a good guy Spider-Man, taking on a vicious, mean, scary, eating people's heads fucking
That's
Venom.
What I mean. You got to make him. You got to make him dark and creaturey. Like that's the whole. And also, even Eddie Brock, in a lot of ways, is a twisted individual. He's not as fucked up as Cletus Cassidy, but he's also like disturbed. He's a very disturbed individual, and kind of like the kind of guy. He's like Mike Tyson when you're sitting next to a lion and you don't know when that motherfucker's gonna bite your head off. Like you just don't know. It's like, did I bump your elbow? He's like, don't ever touch me. Or he could be like, you want the mushrooms? You don't know what he's gonna do.
I'm ready to eat, Mrs. Chin. Anthony Stamp says the scene with the cop guy at the end made me go, what the hell was that? There was a lot of that I felt when I was watching that movie. Like, that was fucking weird, dude. It feels like we're at the fucking carnival. Like, I don't know what's happening. Andrew Graziosa, cool name, man. He says, hey, you guys are awesome. Random questions for the both of you. If you could both have a chance to be cast as one of Michael's victims in any movies of the franchise, which movie would you choose? I will say the original is the easy answer, but I would also say Halloween 6 because he was mean as fuck in that one. And you get a cool death. I'd like to be the nurse who gets the spike on the fucking wall, you know?
Yeah, I want to be cast in Halloween Resurrection, and as I die, I take Buster Rhymes with me.
Ooh, that's a
Like
good
as
one.
I'm flailing around, and I'm gonna fall over because Michael pushed me over the railing or something, the banister. I grab Busta by his neck, and I'm like, "Oh, save me!" But I'm just pulling him away,
I
and I
like that
kill that
answer.
bitch before that he ruins the franchise.
Maybe you could
Um,
just scream on your way down the water tower and kill everybody.
I would.
Ah!
I'd be like an A just because that movie was so
Venom.
fucking bad. I don't know. I just want to be a part of that corniness. It was so terrible.
Hey, 441 people in here listening to us assholes talk. We appreciate every single fucking one of you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. That is our Venom 2 review. Briefly, we will also discuss, because I know it's kind of old news at this point, but vacations and stuff going on, the mini Saints of Newark. I don't know. Yeah, we'll keep it spoiler free. But if you're a Sopranos fan, if you're not a Sopranos fan, it's a movie that you may or not have been interested in watching. It's on HBO Max. Watched it on the plane, and yikes,
Yeah, dude.
yikes,
And,
yikes.
it was listen, it was the worst time at the casino for me. Like a back-to-back fucking loser. Cause I watched Many Saints of Newark first, and I was sorely disappointed. And then I watched them too, sorely disappointed. The Many Saints of Newark, really high expectations going in. I think we all did. Cody, Mike, myself, we love The Sopranos. It's one of the best shows of all time. And
Damn
we
straight.
expected it to be one of the best movies of all time, especially with the guy that wrote the series back on, production. I think he was a producer in
David
this too.
Chase, yeah.
Yeah, David Chase. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's in good hands. But it literally has nothing. I almost felt like it had nothing to do with Tony Soprano. It did, like, why are you going to make the main idea it's Tony Soprano's life story when it's about somebody's fucking else? And then also they had this guy, the dude, the poor guy that played Silvio, was like a fucking SNL actor trying to do a parody. It was a joke. Like, it was so bad. It was so terrible. But I don't even know what they were doing. Like, there was a lot of moments where you thought it was gonna like just be amazing, and then it slowed down and it stopped, and then nothing happened. Like, I don't know if they were trying to make a Goodfellas version for 2021 and they just failed miserably, or they were just making, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, because I was like, I expected to see more focus on Tony Soprano and, like, the roots or the seeds that were planted in his little belly button that makes him the ultimate badass and evil that he becomes in the series, and they barely touch on it. And the only cool thing about it, honest to God, was there was a little bit at the very end of the movie, the symbolism. I like that. I like the symbolism, but everything else was just it was a crazy, like, it was like somebody snorted coke. It's like, I'm gonna make a Tony Soprano movie. This one, that one, this one, this one, that one. Do this scene.
It was a
that
fucking
scene, this scene.
fugazi. It was a fugazi.
It was
Fugazi.
crazy, yeah.
Fucking wackadoo.
Al
Don't you
Pacino
ever
made
go
it.
over my fucking head again. You hear me? Don't you ever go over my fucking head again. Yeah, dude.
Al Pacino's like, I'm a fan of man. It was just goddamn angry, and it was all over the place.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. And the reason it was bad is because it was fucking boring. All right. It was boring. The Sopranos was, dude, it was sharp.
So good.
Like, it was sharp as fuck. It was mean. Like, every single character, every word they said, you hung on it. Even the bad episodes had something really interesting going on there. This didn't have the Sopranos feel to it. It did not have the Sopranos DNA. When the song comes on at the end, I honestly thought it was a fuck up and someone's cell phone was going off at the plane, because I was like, why is that song in this movie? Because it didn't feel like a Sopranos movie. It felt like a bad fucking mob movie made for 2021, where movies have no nutsack. That's what it fucking felt like to me. I hated it. I did not like it a bit. And it sucks because first off, holy fucking shit, Mary. Sometimes this beautiful angel named Mary Cerviche, if I'm saying your name right, pops in here and drops a fucking bag on us. All right.
Holy shit.
Holy fucking titty sex. Mary, thank you so fucking much for that. She says, I loved your Kentucky American Psycho video. You guys nailed those characters. Damn, Mike, you were a little too good as Patrick Bateman. That's what I feel like when Mary pops in.
That was just pent up anger. There's certain times that Mike wanted me to do something. I said no.
I pictured you the whole time, even though you were beneath me. That sounded wrong. But Mary, thank you so much. Seriously, guys, give it the fuck up
awesome.
for fucking
Thank you, Mary.
Goddamn, maybe it's just fucking ridiculously huge super chat. Mary, thank you so goddamn much. Richitos, spicito. Thank you. Fuck, I'd make you breakfast.
Thank you.
I would have. Thank you so much for that, Mary. God damn. Love you fucking so much. Thank you. But no, it did not have the Sopranos the Sopranos DNA to it. They should have just called the movie Richie. One thing that I found when I was watching the Sopranos is like, you remember this, when you're watching the show, every time someone talks about Jackie, they're like, Jackie was a great guy. Jackie was great.
Yeah.
He's the best. The best.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Jackie. They should have just called it Jackie, a Soprano story, and then you would have known that it was just Jackie's story. Instead, they try to tell you it's going to be about Tony Soprano. They're going to cast a son. They try to force feed all this shit in there, and they don't do half of it very good at all. It feels like a made-for-TV movie sometimes, and it just did not have what they told us it would be at all. It was wrong.
No, it was a fly-by night thing. Like you could have shortened this down to 45 minutes and put it on a special feature on a Blu-ray of Sopranos. Like that. Mm-hmm. That's as far as I would have gone with it. And like they do explain Dickie Moltisanti, and they kind of go into the Christopher Moltisanti story, and they set that up a little bit well. There is a couple of cool scenes. Like again, it's more symbolic than it is anything else. Like especially when Christopher Moltisanti, when he's a baby, he keeps crying around Tony's like, I don't even do nothing. Like the kid cries around me and stuff. And then the old lady at the table's like, oh, babies, they know when they come in, when they're born, they know some things about the afterlife. Like it's kind of a good, cool symbolic thing where like, oh, Christopher Moltisanti knows that Tony's going to kill him one day. Spoiler alert, that happens in the series, but that's cool. But overall, like I don't, and again, the guy that played Dickie Moltisanti,
it's also a little dumb.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, but it's not. Well, the whole idea with Tony is like there is that he does imagine shit all the time in the show. Like he is always like seeing things, or I think Tony Soprano might have been schizophrenic. Fuck, I don't know, but he always, and his mom was crazy as shit. By the way,
it's all that gabagool.
Vera Sexy Flaminga did great as the mom in it. Like I think that everybody did a good job. I think there was no bad actors except for that one terrible the fucking Silvio, awful.
Yeah,
but everybody else did decent. But it was one of those movies. I don't know. I feel like they had a great idea, and then they wrote something, and it just, I don't know. It was, to me, it's not even a mafia movie. It's not even a mafia movie. It's not even a Sopranos movie. It's not even a mafia movie. It's fucking.
I take
terrible.
Donnie Brasco over this.
God damn, I would. I'd watch the shit out of it and go blind.
Second tier. Yeah. Like, and then they try to shoehorn some shit in there that I'm not even going to get into, that they try to like really put in there. And like, there's one scene that happens 3 acts into the goddamn movie, and you're bored as fuck. Yeah. And it's like this kind of shotgun fight scene that happens in the middle of the streets.
That's all right. Yeah.
One dude's fucks another dude's girlfriend. You just know. You're like, oh fuck. And then that scene's really cool because you get this Anton Chigurh fucking Oh No Country for Old Men feel where they're fucking fighting it out in the streets, and you think it's about to really get good, and then they just fucking look at each other and walk off, and you go, that was where you should have fucking amped it up, and instead we went back to this fucking stupid shit. Ray Liotta's wasted. I actually thought Ray Liotta, God, please forgive me for saying this.
Not Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta. I think he was bad.
Was that Ray Liotta? Oh, that was Ray Liotta.
Twice. Yeah. 2 different people. He's Ray fucking Liotta.
They got charged so much by him, they used him twice.
He seemed like a parody of Jimmy Tuta, but get the paper.
Yeah, he got fucking they're like, God damn, how much does he want? We're gonna use him twice.
I didn't even think he was good in this movie. Like I thought that the performances were too over the top. The guy who played Jackie was actually good. I liked him. He had a Michael fucking Magneto,
Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender feel to him.
Yeah.
I liked him, but it was just, dude, it was just it was a bunch of shit. It was just a bunch of random fucking shit.
Is it Dickie Moltisanti or Jackie Moltisanti?
Dickie Moltisanti, but then Jackie is the other guy. Maybe I'm fucking it up. I don't know. I thought it was
Dickie Moltisanti was the main guy, that's Chris Moltisanti's dad. But
yeah,
my point,
I'm fucked up.
Yeah, because I was going to say, when you said Jackie, I think you were talking about Jackie Aprile, and Jackie Aprile wasn't really even talking about this.
Yeah. I got my names. But
anyway, I know what you're saying. So, Dickie, we cleared that out before. Hey, I have a little bit of gabagoose. But no, you know what? I'm glad that we got to clear that because I know how people in the comments go. Like, holy shit. Yeah.
That's on me.
I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about once this gets, edited and stuff and put up there. Like, that motherfucker was talking about Jackie Aprile. Jackie wasn't even in this movie. This bitch, watch it. Like, they get mad. But yeah, so Dickie Moltisanti. But yeah, either way, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they, and again, I know that David Chase had said before, like, I think, because there was a lot of talk for a long time after the Sopranos show ended, whether they were going to do a sequel to it, maybe, and he was like totally against it. But then he goes back and makes this, which is cool. I like the idea of a prequel, but why don't you just focus on what everybody's there to see is Tony Soprano? Like, and again, the supporting cast is great. But here's the thing, they're supporting cast members for a reason. People want to see Tony Soprano. They want to see what made him the diabolical fiend that he becomes in the show that we love, but also what leads him down this psychological disturbance, like, because he's fucked up even so. And they don't even play with, they play with it a little bit. They play with the wiener just enough, just the tip of it a little bit. And they're like, and then they're like, I gotta go home, my dad's picking me up. Like, bitch, you just sucked half my dick. Like, it's like, you gotta leave me a blue balls till tomorrow. But it was one of those things, man.
Sorry, because they touched on it with the mom in the school.
Yeah, I know, and she did.
We already knew that. We already knew that. Like, they didn't go any deeper at all.
And they play around with it when he's like looking over. He's like, "What do you think they talk about in there when at the funeral?"
Yeah,
and then you kind of see moments, and then there's moments where they start a story thread and they don't even go through with it. So I'm like, why do you even? And literally on the fucking marquee, dude, it says Tony Soprano in big white ass letters. So when you go in, you're expecting a Tony Soprano movie, but you don't even get that.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a true Tony Soprano prequel, YouTube James Gandolfini goes off on guy on the street. There's a video of this dude. He finds James Gandolfini and he's like walking into a store with his wife. And James Gandolfini walks over to the guy and the guy's like, "Hey, calm down, man, calm down." And James Gandolfini goes, "Tell me to calm down." He's like, "I'll break your fucking face." And like,
I know it's weird.
Like, yeah, that was a better prequel than this fucking movie was.
Yeah, well, and it's weird because James Gandolfini in real life, from what everybody says, he was like the gentlest, like most like caring guy. Yeah, very soft spoken.
Yeah, this dude was filming him and his family on the street.
Oh yeah, that'll piss you off. But yeah, guy, that's the same guy. He's like, I can't even take a shit on the bathroom with someone standing on. You knew I wouldn't sign your autograph. But yeah, it was one of those. Yeah, I get where he get mad about that, but everybody that knew James Gandolfini said they said he was like really self-conscious even on the set. Like he didn't want to do half the shit they wanted him to do. But yeah, and by the way, his kid. I know that some people would ask about it. The kid that his actual son that played him as a teenager. He's not bad, but I think that Mike and I both, we had talked about it before. I think the reality of it is, I think they wanted to pay tribute to James Gandolfini, the actor himself, so they cast his kid. And the kid does look like him. I mean, no doubt, like, especially when they zoom in on his eyes, you're like, holy shit, you're looking at a young James Gandolfini. But as far as acting ability goes, maybe it's not like, maybe it's a little bit rough. The kid could get, but it's still, I mean, but for what the lines that he gave him, I think he didn't nail him, but he hit him. I just felt like, I felt like if he'd had a little bit more time practicing or a little bit more experience acting, it would have been a little bit better. But also, I'm not going to blame him because I think the script was fucking terrible too.
Yeah, it's not on him at all. And I thought the makeup and shit like that was kind of fucked up and whatever on him. So he was fine. But the problem is that the story didn't focus on him enough. It didn't focus on him in the right ways. Huge respect.
The only time, I did
though.
Well, I'd like the conversation between Dickie and Tony when he's up in his bed and they're like, oh, he only listens to you, Dickie. He only listens to you. And he goes up there and he's reading a comic book. And then there's like that scene where he was like, what? He goes, why don't you read normal comic books like Spider-Man or Superman? He's like, you reading Robin Hood. And he's like, oh, something about, he's like, I didn't even know Jews was back then. He's like, Jesus was a Jew. He's like, anyway.
Yeah,
but it was fun. I mean, dude, there are moments that it's the worst because it's like every once in a while you'll see a little nugget of gold in the movie and you're like, God damn, you were so close, and then you fucking ruined it.
Yeah, and they never ever, even like when you say they captured moments of gold, they captured cool mob moments every once in a while, but they never captured Sopranos. I thought the Sopranos essence never even fucking sniffed a fart in the wind in this. It's a 4 out of 10 for me. I actually will never watch this again.
Yeah, I gave it a 5, just a general 5, because I do like the Sopranos, so I like anything to do with the Sopranos, but it's a terrible. Like,
it feels like a fan film, dude.
Well, you know what it is?
Fucking fan film for The Sopranos.
It really was, and it's like if you took the HBO show and they had like a 3 episodes that were only focusing on one character that wasn't Tony Soprano. That's what it would be like. It would be like watching like a part 1, part 2, part 3 of a storyline with barely any Tony in it. Only maybe a crime. Like, dude, what about the New York crime family? You could have done so. Oh my God, I would have rather have seen that than the other bullshit they. Because there's one guy that wants to take control, and he used to help the Maltasanti and the Soprano family, and then he gets out of it, but now he wants to come back with force. I'd rather see the fucking Italian mob, the New York families, the whole thing, and how I don't know, because they looked at the New Jersey family as more of a bitch stepchildren, and I wanted to see them, I wanted to see where that, like, how they got their nuts. And by the way, Leota, I mean, he was more convincing as a mafia dude when he was in prison, when he's playing that character of the uncle.
He was
in
too
prison.
much. Yeah.
And then when he was doing the head of the family,
yeah,
that was some bullshit. I was like, what are you, again? I don't know. I felt like they had no idea what they were doing. And it's kind of hard to believe that David Chase was a producer, because it's like, you had to like look at this script and be like, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, the biggest problem with the movie is you just never feel like you're watching The Sopranos at all. Josh Nitschke says, "Hey guys, do you enjoy the Phantasm series or Warlock 1 and 2? I haven't seen Warlock 1 and 2 in ages, but I both enjoy Phantasm.
Phantasm's great. Warlock 1 is nasty as shit, but it's pretty fun. Like, it's a goddamn sorcerer that's trying to bring the devil back to Earth. I mean, how could you go wrong with that? I was like, someone watched a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, smoked weed, and looked at porn and made a movie. That's what Warlock is. And then Warlock 2 is even crazier. But I enjoy him. But Warlock 2 is really super cheesy. Warlock 1, they were trying to make an actual horror movie, but the dude that played Warlock was great. I like that guy a lot. He's the dude that's in Arachnophobia, the blonde guy with the ponytail that they call in as the expert. He's actually a great actor. Like, he's awesome. So he's a really good bad guy too.
Alan Pedley asks, I can't compete with Mary, but I love you guys. Hey, man, it's not about that. We fucking love you too. We love all you guys too. Mary's just she just comes in here with, fucking slinging.
She's an animal. She walks. she's kind of lady that walks up to the blackjack table and just slaps down a couple of hundred and be like, I'll stay. And they're like, you're on 15. You're like, I'll stay. And then she wins, and then she just walks away with her winnings.
JD, and by the way, it's fucking, trust me, it's not lost on either. That's insanely cool, and like, we're thankful every single goddamn time. Awesome. JD, thank you. Speaking of fucking which, JD, a fucking huge super chat there, man. Really appreciate it. It says, what's up, you SOBs? Can't stay. The wife and I are deep in our 31 and 31. I'll catch the replay. I showed the Mrs. H3 for the first time and was hoping to hear from the good doctors Chalice and Loomis. Have a great night. Well, H3, we're going to speak about it later this evening. After, hey, can I get a rub and tug over here? Or what? Halloween 3 stars a beautiful man who's a doctor. He's beautiful. He's not got an alcohol problem at all. And he solves a story that saves the town. He does.
Isn't that little stupid shit about masks and no Michael Myers or Dr. Loomis? Yeah, I never saw it. Sounds stupid. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. It's considered the bastard of the Halloween franchise. Yeah. That's right. I don't like it. It could go suck on a banana's tits.
That's fine, Loomis. Can you just do me a favor? Can you text Linda for me and tell her that my phone's dead?
Yeah, I'll do that for you. Here, is it 1111? Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
You asshole.
Can you order me a Boilermaker?
Can you order yourself an AA meeting?
I'm gonna take a piss. Maybe a nap.
I gotta go pee too. I gotta pee out all the bullshit that you just.
Hey, let's go pee together.
Okay. I'm not gonna go with you. You nasty asshole.
Loser gets the ugly chick.
Yeah, you know what? Loser is not gonna go to the bathroom with you.
Hey, they're both ugly. Remember, right?
My God. Stop talking about your sisters.
She's got a pretty face. Your sister. Your
I don't have a sister.
It's not what she told me.
Except for Sister Marianne from the nunnery.
Hot.
Who's got a big mole on her ass.
Hot.
That has its own zip code. You're stupid and you're nasty at the same time.
That's a stupid question, Miss Brundridge.
I didn't even ask a question.
Squeezed her butt cheeks. Yeah.
You have smoked yourself retarded.
It's getting late. I could use a drink. Yes. And we could use a quick break real quick. We will be right back. Thank you so much, JD. I really appreciate that. Answer these last super chats. We'll take a quick break. And when we come back, all the fucking movie news, your little butt.
All sorts of good stuff there.
Yeah. Reactions to everything. Halloween Kills, Scream, Friday the 13th. Maurice the Beast Vlog says, if a new Friday is made, who should play Jason?
If the new
Tyler Mane.
Friday?
Why not? Why not Tyler Mane?
I always liked Ice Cube. I think they should bring him back. Actually, Tyler Mane.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I really enjoyed the remake. I can never remember his name. The guy that played him in the remake, Friday the 13th.
Derek Mears.
Derek Mears. I wouldn't mind Derek Mears coming back. I feel like Derek Mears was a very nice, kind guy, and he also respected the fans and the mythology of Friday the 13th, and paid tribute to Kane Hodder in a lot of ways. I feel like Derek Mears should have had his second movie.
Yeah, maybe Derek should play Michael in the movie, and then Tyler Mange could play Freddy in the movie, or Jason in the movie.
Are we talking about?
Probably
I thought the question was like, who should play Jason? What happened? Hey, Mike, are you still there? Did Mike just end this shit? Hey, Mike. Oh my God.
Am I back?
Yes. Did you just end it?
I thought. Wait, did I not? Hang on. Can people see me?
No, you're fine. I
Back?
thought, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna take it over because Mike just apparently said fuck it.
Am I back? No, my fingers.
No, you're back.
off
I
the
can see
control,
you. No,
dude.
but what did you do?
I don't know. I've been holding the chat steady so I
was
can
like-
keep up, and then,
I was like,
switched off and like
forgot-
fucked up.
I was like, thank the gods of Olympus, I have been promoted. Now it's just me. No, yeah, I was scared because I was like, holy shit.
I was
I was
scared.
like, we're having a good time, and then I'm talking to myself.
I got really scared that I fucked the whole thing up. Marco Vivo Tor says Mike and Jay, Dr. Loomis, Dr. Chalice, and Michael having to sit down and doing a Soprano skit trying to whack Jason. That's actually
That would be
fucking
hilarious.
good idea, dude.
That's a
That
really
is
good skit idea.
funny as shit, Marco. I love it, dude.
And actually, we
fucking
could
love
get
it.
Cody. We could get Cody back to do some Christopher Walken.
That'd
He could
be
be the head of
fucking-
the family.
That'd be awesome, dude. Mercurio80 says, hey guys, I just signed up for Peacock Premium, and I was so gonna watch Halloween Kills all day long without any pants on, just like God intended. Dude, when we're able to fucking just stream that shit repetitively, we're gonna get people. You know, hey, this is what I was thinking about too. The guy from Stir of Echoes, the hypnotist, the hypnotist,
The hypnotist,
who's like
yeah.
deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, and then he has a heart attack and dies. That's what we're gonna be doing to Halloween Kills. Deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Hey, and if you're gonna watch it without your pants on, man, just let that schlong lie free. Like,
Oh,
that's, you know, in the privacy of your home, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Set your hot
Whatever
dog
the
on your
fuck
hot dog.
You want to do, as the Hodge twins would say, and you do it right.
Josh Nitch asks, what's it never gonna happen? Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Horror sequel that you'd love to see. Also, what are your thoughts on Jack Frost, the Killer Mutant Snowman? I love it. Never seen Jack Frost. I could say that from the point. Maybe we'll watch it this Christmas. But never gonna happen. Horror sequel I'd love to see would probably, I'm gonna go with the same thing I think you're gonna go with, Jay, and that is Michael versus Pinhead.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I think we've talked about that as you know, multiple times. I think the idea, because it's in that what's the book called? We've had the author on, for God's sake. The Halloween versus Pinhead.
No,
Taking Shape. Taking Shape, yes. It's actually
Miko?
detailed in the Taking Shape book. If you get a chance to read that script, it really did sound interesting. If Michael Myers did take on Pinhead, as far as like the way that they were going to present the backdrop of that, like I would like to see it. Although I would like to see that when I know that Halloween is no more. Like, as far as like they can never go any further with it, because once you do that, it becomes a Jason versus Freddy property. It's just kind of a jokey thing.
Yeah.
But as far as like Jack Frost goes, when you say Jack Frost, are you talking about the
horror
Michael
movie
Keaton
Jack
one?
Frost? No, the horror movie Jack
Oh,
Frost.
I was gonna say the Michael Keaton one made me fucking cry. And how dare you bring up those memories? Because I cried at that movie. Like Jack Frost, was it called Frost? That was one of the saddest, coolest movies I've ever seen with Michael Keaton. It's great family fun. But as far as the horror movie, no, I've never seen it. Have you ever seen Dr. Giggles?
We'll have to watch it this Christmas. Jamie Gore says, hey guys, should there be a sequel to Trick or Treat? That movie embodies the Halloween movie. I will say yes, there should be, because I actually think, don't hate me for this, I think Trick or Treat's it's overrated. I think it's a little bit overrated. It has all the Halloween atmosphere, and I do love it for that reason. But I think it's a little bit overrated when you look at the love that Sam gets and that whole thing gets compared to other Halloween movies.
It's not bad. I do like that they brought in Christina Ricci and Daniel Harris, and they do like you know what it felt like was more of an adult, grown up version of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Which yeah. So but you know what they should do with that show, with the film, is they should just break it down and do an actual television show.
Mm-hmm.
Trick or Treat, like an actual more adult version. Like I mentioned, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Just bring it to the little screen and do multiple episodes. I think that would be fun.
I would take some shit like that. I really would. Let me try to figure out how to put up a video here on this new streaming platform that we're doing. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope it looks and feels better and smoother and sexier. And what I'm gonna do is this.
Okay.
And
Hey, I know this shitty show.
oh shit, that's loud. Hey Jay, just so you know, while we're on break, they will see our background. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and a tiny version on the side. Guys, we'll be right back. While you watch this video, we're gonna take a quick pee-pee break, and when we get back, Halloween Kills fucking news.
Yay!
Woo!
Hi there, I'm Kentucky Patrick Bateman, and this is my friend Paul Allen.
What are you doing a YouTube video, Bateman?
Why, yes, I am, Paul.
Do you film girls that you fuck on YouTube?
Absolutely, Paul.
You put it on YouTube?
Tonight, however, we're talking about a little thing called 10 movies you should watch during the Halloween season.
I thought we were gonna listen to records, man.
Absolutely, we will.
Okay.
We're gonna listen to Hit to Be Square as soon as we're done here.
I hope so, because that's the newest album that just came out.
Let me start, Paul.
Go ahead.
A little film called The Exorcist. Now, I understand that many people may not want something so dark and so frightening with their first Halloween experience, but let me tell you, there is nothing more frightening than this piece of filmmaking right here, Paul.
You never met my mother-in-law then.
That is a fact. I have not.
I know.
Yes, about a 12-year-old girl named Reagan who's possessed by a demon who calls himself Captain Howdy.
Howdy?
Yes.
Like the show?
Absolutely.
That's fucking stupid.
In this film, you can see 12-year-old Reagan stabbing herself in the vagina with a crucifix and screaming the words, "Jesus, fuck me."
Sounds like your last night in Reno, Bateman.
How would you know, Paul?
So you told everybody at the office.
This film is absolutely frightening to the point that audience members in the theater were literally throwing up in their laps.
I'll tell you what, it sounds like my traffic jam this morning when we were going to work.
I recommend The Exorcist as absolute perfect viewing for Halloween, as long as you don't have anyone too young or squeamish in the audience. How about you, Paul?
I don't know, like Halloween 4 is pretty good. I like watching that around the Halloween time, I guess. It's got some good scenes at the beginning. Return of Michael Myers, I think it's called. It's pretty good, man. It's, you know, except you don't get to see some of the kills that they promised, I guess. But, you know, it's whatever. It's fun, though. It's a fun movie. I don't know. But, yeah, by the way, how long is this going to take? Because, like, I got Dorsey reservations in about an hour.
You mean Dorsia?
Yeah, whatever. I've been there 3 times this week. It doesn't really... Yeah, Dorsia.
Interesting.
Yeah. Halloween 4, though, yeah. That's a nice one.
Tell me, Paul, have you been able to score your Halloween Kills screener tickets yet?
Actually, yeah, it's crazy that you brought that up. Teresa from accounting brought me up some tickets to go. It's pretty nuts.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even really care, you know, because, like, I thought they stopped making those fucking movies. Stupid. Did you get one?
My next choice
No.
will be A Nightmare on Elm Street, directed by Wes Craven. This film brought people to their knees in the audience.
They sucked
You
yet?
see, the difference, Paul, between Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees is that Freddy Krueger is able to attack his victims' dreams. And as we all know, there's one thing you can't escape, Paul, and that's your own sleep.
I guess so. I mean, you're putting me to sleep, Bateman. Come on, where's the Huey Lewis news?
It's coming, Paul.
God.
Do you have any other films, Paul, that you'd like to see
I don't-
on Halloween?
I don't know. I'd like to see a girl's tits on Halloween. I mean, come on, Bateman. When we talk about
course.
movies like a children for. I mean, I remember like there was a movie came out. He rode around on Pumpkinhead. It was a good. I liked it a lot. It was like one of them. It was like one of those Grimm's fairy tale. I don't know. I remember this one chick. I was fingering her pretty decent in the theater, and we were
Interesting.
watching Pumpkinhead. But I did like it a lot. You know, it was pretty cool. It was a good movie. It had a lot of ingenuity, I guess. And Stan Winston's a god.
That's true, Paul. That's absolutely true. Let me point you in the direction of another film that I'd love to watch during the Halloween
Can you
season.
point me in the direction of like some more Jack Daniels?
Sure. Just below the cabinet there to your right, Paul.
Thanks a lot.
Now, Paul, let me ask you a question.
What's that, Bateman?
How do you feel about haunted house films?
I guess.
As we've not spoken yet about any haunted house films yet, I've got to point you in the direction of a little film I like to call Poltergeist. Now, Poltergeist was directed by Tobe Hooper, but Tobe Hooper.
Isn't he the guy? Isn't he the guy that we fired last year from the maintenance crew?
No, Paul. Tobe Hooper was the director of this film, but many people say that Steven Spielberg, yes, that Steven Spielberg, had a hand in the filmmaking of this.
Jaws.
What resulted in this was a mix mash of a dark horror film mixed with the entertaining blockbuster kind of film we've known to expect from Steven Spielberg himself.
Bateman, do you have coke or not?
I do, Paul. Poltergeist is a film, Paul, that will scare the daylights out of you that comes in at a lowly PG rating. I believe that's because of Spielberg's influence mixed with Tobe Hooper's influence that provided something that is unmatched in the world of haunted house gatherings.
I'll tell you what scares my socks off, Bateman. Is the taxes that keep coming from all the pathetic poor people that we have to support with these new laws. Reagan is being a complete asshole.
Cool it with the anti-Semitic remarks.
I didn't say anything about Jews.
What's another film you like to watch during Halloween, Paul?
Oh my God, Bateman, there better be the best yayo ever. Event Horizon. Yeah, it's about a fucking spaceship that got lost and there was ghosts on it and people looked for it and then it went to hell and it was alive. And that guy from Jurassic Park was in it and he was like, I'm the
Sam
captain.
Neill.
Yeah, that guy, yeah. He, you know what, he looks like my abusive, like, stepdad. I didn't like him. But yeah, it was a good movie, I guess. It had some good, and that one guy from The Matrix was in it too. Lawrence Fishhead?
Fishburne.
Yeah, that guy was in it. I liked it a lot.
Interesting.
It was cool.
Let me tell you, I've been pretty
So, is it just me, or was that like freezing up for you guys too? Again, we're trying a new software tonight, or hardware or something. But when I was watching that while we were gone, it did look like it was freezing up a little bit. Let me know if it was doing that for you guys too. Oh, it was? Shit. We'll get that sorted for the next live stream for sure. Again, we're using a thank you for telling me that, by the way, Cream Station. Cream Station. But yeah, we'll get that sorted for the next one. Sorry about that. Yeah, the video I was playing during the break was like super laggy, dude. It was like fucking up left and right. And then my battery died. It was a shit show. But thank you all, 360 of you, for hanging around. We got a lot of stuff to get into.
How many people?
360 currently. Oh,
It's not
359.
enough. Go
We
call
lost
your
one.
parents and bring them into the room. I want to talk with them.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to mention, if you guys just take 1 second, just hit the like button on this, and even go further as to share the video. We really appreciate it. It helps us a whole bunch. We'll get right into the fucking news though, because we got a lot to get to. Percy Prim says, "Who want to fuck?"
Oh, a mustache ride. I do.
I do. Hopefully, I hope that when we go to do the reactions, it won't do that, but we'll see. But real quick, I'll go right into it, man. Share my screen here. I'm going to share it with you. Yes, I am. Scream. Now, you should see this on your screen too. The Scream account on Twitter tweeted out. They have their own Scream emoji now, and they tweeted out seven blood drops and hashtag Scream movie. So the idea is, many people are imagining that means 7 days until the Scream trailer comes out.
Or
finally.
they're on their period.
That could be a fact.
I think it could be that. They could be menstruating. 7 days until they're off of it and they can resume Twitter.
I hate it when that happens. I really do.
Mhm.
But it seems like that's the case, because here's the deal, guys. On October 10th and 11th is when Scream is doing their 25th anniversary in theaters. They're going to show Scream at one of those Phantom events in theaters, and they are apparently, there's a lot of rumors going around that they are going to be showing the trailer in theaters only on the 10th and 11th during the screenings of the 25th anniversary of Scream. But if you look at those dates, that's a Sunday and that's a Monday. And
I
then
can't do it. I'm in church.
I bought tickets for it. I don't know if I'll go or if I'll wait till we do a reaction or whatever. I'll probably wait. I'll probably refund my tickets and wait until we can react to it with you guys on Tuesday. But I think what this means is 7 days until the movie comes out. And because it's Sunday and then Monday and then Tuesday would be the day after those screenings. So hopefully what they're saying is on Tuesday, they're going to release it on the internet for everybody to see.
We hope so.
The guess is that we're going to get a Scream trailer finally on Tuesday. And oh my God.
Let me point out the fact that since you handle our Twitter account, that sounds like the most desperate fanboy bullshit I've ever seen in my life. Release the trailer, I'll gut you like a fish.
It's, yeah.
If I saw that shit, like, first off, those guys will never, ever see the trailer first. Ever.
I was hoping they would respond.
I know. If they said something, though, it'd be like, oh my God, they said something. They were like, shut the fuck up.
Release the trailer, I'll gut you like a fish.
I don't know what I would say to him, though. I like, can daddy have? Can daddy have? But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I'm not gonna go see a shitty movie. Not a shitty movie. I thought when you said it's only going to be released in theaters on like a new movie or something. If it's some shitty movie I don't want to watch, I'm not going to go pay money for it. But if it's the Scream 20, our local theater, well, my local theater here in the town that I live in is a Malco theater, and they were in other locations. It's a really shitty, like, backwater kind of movie theater, but in other locations that are Malco, they're actually showing or screening the 25th anniversary of Scream. I would love to go see that. Yeah, because I never watched it on the big screen.
Now, see, I did see it on the big screen, but that's why I bought 2 tickets just in case we're able to go. But I also think that maybe we shouldn't go, and then we should just wait until it comes out on Tuesday, and then we'll react to it live with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't mind not going, but I'm just saying, like, it would be cool to go see it just on the big screen.
But you can expect, I believe, that what'll happen is it'll come out on Sunday, and then someone will record it in the movie theater, and there will be a leaked copy of the Scream trailer, and everybody's going to tag us in it and all that. I'm not going to watch the leaked copy. We'll wait until Tuesday. We'll plan to film that Tuesday night, I guess, is what we'll do. And then that Tuesday night, we will do an actual full-on legit trailer reaction and breakdown for Scream. But that's your Scream news right there. Not only that, not only is the trailer probably coming out next Tuesday, but it's probably going to air in front of those movies if you want to see it on Sunday and Monday. And then also Airbnb's doing a special where you can actually stay at Stu's house from the movie. They're only doing like three different ones, and I think the
$400,000 million.
No, it's like $5, but there's only 3 of them, so you have to like log in and do it. The price on it was listed as $5. Yeah, but like David Arquette calls you, like the Ghostface is going to call the house while you're staying in it. They have all of the Scream movies on VHS that you can watch in Stu's house. They've got it dressed up like Scream. They're going to do like a tour of the house, all this crazy shit like that. That's a fucking once in a life. That'd be amazing.
It'd be cool to go there, but I mean, I don't. The $5 thing. First off, if it's only $5, that means it'll be like Woodstock in that bitch. Like it'll be elbow to elbow, assholes to assholes.
Well, no. They're only giving it to one person, like one little group.
Oh, like it'll be it's like a raffle.
Yeah. Like the first person to get it.
So it's not like okay, well that's fine. That's different. I thought you meant like anybody could go. I was like, that motherfucker's gonna be like, it's gonna get turned up.
I would absolutely.
It's gonna get turned up.
But that's the Scream news. Pretty cool. Look forward for a trailer for sure. Josh Nish asks, have you seen the Neon Demon? Also, have you heard rumors that the Thing is being developed as serious, possibly as a series, possibly for HBO Max? There was rumors that they found some of the script for, I guess, the prequel to the Thing that they were gonna do. I don't know about that. But I have not seen the Neon Demon. I gave up on Nicholas Winding Refn after Only God Forgives, and I didn't even watch that fucking movie. I did. I didn't like it.
I watched.
It's pretty.
Yeah, I remember watching parts of it, and then the necrophilia came, and then there were some other things that happened, and I'm like, am I watching Black Swan Part 2, or they just don't know what the fuck they're doing? Because I thought it was going to be like a horror movie, and it was like some kind of trippy ass psychological wannabe film, and I don't know. I just remember a girl having sex with another dead body. Like it was a girl corpse, and then there was an imagination situation in it. And I'm like,
I don't even remember that, but
yeah, dude. I was like, who the fuck smoked crack on Willy Wonka's dick and made this? Because it was I was like, everlasting gobstopper, please. Like it was weird. Like it was all. But and there's nothing wrong with a weird flick now and again, but it was so weird it wasn't even cool anymore.
Yeah,
it was like Jeffrey Dahmer telling you, hey, I eat people and I keep them in my freezer. Like, it was weird.
It was weird as shit. The other piece of news that we have here, hopefully this catches up with it because I just clicked over to it. God damn it. Let me try this again. Let me remove that. Stop screen. Okay. Now let me do this. Again, new software we're working with. Bear with us. Share screen. This one. Where to go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So as you guys see here, Friday the 13th was Seattle. My client's been ridden more than Seattle slew. What has come out, this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Apparently, the Victor Miller versus Sean Cunningham Friday the 13th thing, that a couple of dudes kicking each other in the nuts in court, keeping us all from seeing new Friday the 13th material, was finally settled, but it's not as exciting as you might think it would be. So it says, as for Cunningham's company, it might seek a rehearing before a full panel at the second court, which could still happen. If that fails, there could be a petition to the Supreme Court, which might be intrigued by the novel overlap of intellectual property law and labor law. What they're talking about is,
My God.
it's going to
Just
never
settle
stop.
it, you bitch. God damn.
He's never going to end. But Victor Miller wrote the movie, and the whole thing was that he sued for the rights to it because there was this law that went in that the original writers of material after so many years could have that property back. But then Sean Cunningham sued them back, and he said, hey, no, he was a work for hire. So even though he wrote it under a work for hire for us, so we still own it. They sued over that. They lost. Victor Miller won for the time being, but they said there's still reason for settlement, given that the producer retains non-exclusive foreign rights as well as intellectual property derived from the Friday the 13th sequels, including maybe the monstrous Jason character that showed up later in the franchise. And what all this means is that even though Victor Miller won, he only technically owns domestic, not foreign, but he only owns domestic rights to the original film, which does not include Jason Voorhees or the classic Jason Voorhees masks. So what does it even fucking mean?
I don't know. Like, you know what? I feel like Billy Madison when they're trying to teach him Spanish, and then they're going really, and he's like, slow down, and he goes, it's like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, kid.
Nudity magazine.
Just make the guy settle whatever you gotta settle, pay whoever you gotta pay, lick whose ever ass needs licking, and make the fucking movie. Like, so what you're saying is domestically, you can make a Friday the 13th flick since he doesn't own the Friday the 13th name, but you cannot use Jason Voorhees or the Voorhees mythos, and you can make a new character centered around, I guess, Crystal Lake, or is Crystal Lake part of the lawsuit as well because it's part of the mythos of Jason Voorhees? I'm not even so you could call it Friday the 13th. It can't have a hockey mask, or could it have a hockey mask? You just can't call him Jason.
Can't even have
His
the hockey
name's
mask.
Ted. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? At this point, fuck it. Call him goddamn Red Rover, and I'll watch the shit out of it because we get too long.
Well, that's the thing that makes you think too. It's like, what is Sean Cunningham even fighting for? If the fact of the matter is that all he can't do is call his movie Friday the 13th or have it based at Crystal Lake, then who cares? Call it fucking Jason Goes to the Mall. Like, fucking, I don't care. Call it Jason Goes to the Mall. Don't call him Jason Voorhees. Call him whatever. Like, it would be so easy. It'd be so easy for Sean Cunningham to work around this. Not as easy for Victor Miller to work around, because all he has is the name, I guess, Crystal Lake, whatever was in that first movie. How easy would it be to make a Jason sequel and not reference the first movie? Really fucking easy. So why don't they just do that? Why are we even in court right now?
I'd be like, docket number 24.51-67, Victor Miller versus New Line or Paramount and whoever the fuck, I don't know.
Just call it Hockey Mask
I'd be like,
and like have him go
on the grounds of not wasting any more time. Both of you are fucking stupid. You owe him this amount of money. Now, get out of my face.
Yeah,
that's all that should happen. Look, all that Cunningham's got to do,
punch.
Just pay him the fucking money, let him walk, and then sign over the rights to the whole thing. I think that Cunningham is only. I feel like this is almost like a thing. It's become like a matter of principle for Cunningham. He's like, I'm not going to let this go. Like, this guy's not going to come in here and after all these years demand like recompensation for something that he had no claim to. Whatever. It's a principle matter, I think, now. And it's, and, you know, who suffers, the fans suffer. It's not. And by the way, a major box office hit that would make millions of dollars, he's just set in the fucking dirt. It's getting as old and crusty and full of herpes as Pamela's head.
It's a bunch of goddamn bullshit. But yeah, that's kind of the news. They figured out that part of it, but we still don't know what the fuck it means. And to me, Sean Cunningham wins either way because he has Jason, he has the mask. All he can do is not call it Friday the 13th. I'm sure I'm wrong about that. We should have
I think
Shelley.
I don't think he can't call it Friday the 13th. I don't think he's allowed to call it Jason Voorhees.
Or yeah, I don't think he's allowed to use anything from the first movie.
The name Jason Voorhees is what the other guy's claiming he created, and Pamela Voorhees, the story. So, but you can't copyright Friday the 13th.
Just
So he can call it Friday the 13th. He just can't call it Jason Voorhees.
I don't know how that works, but I just say just take a page out of Halloween's book, call him something like The Shape, and then just do the fucking movie, man. We all get it. We're all fucking privy to the situation. It takes one IMDb Google to fucking understand what's going on. They should still be able to make Jason movies, right? So it's all very fucking confusing to me in that, right? But either way, fans are still the ones getting dicked over. Fans are still the ones that don't fucking know, and it's a big cock tease. That's all it is.
All it is shoving more and more cock into people's mouths that we got to keep sucking.
And sometimes that's fun, but not today. Not on Rex Manning Day.
Not fun.
You know what I mean?
And I wasn't even asking for it yet.
All right, so here we go. Now we're going into Halloween Kills. Whoa, so deep. She stole my cat. Like, we're getting really deep in this shit now. So some Halloween Kills news came out. This is the point where we're going to do 2 articles that came out about Halloween Kills that shouldn't have much spoilers in them, but I do want to give a prerequisite warning. If you haven't been watching the trailers, if you haven't been following, I don't want to ruin it for anybody. We're not going to give anything away that's not been in the trailers or anything like that. But we're gonna talk about these 2 articles, and then we're gonna watch Ghost Hunters. We're gonna do a reaction to Ghost Hunters Moon video.
Yeah, don't call it Ghost Hunter, because I mean that just sounds like. Are we gonna watch Zach Bagans get possessed?
And then we're gonna do a live reaction to the Halloween Kills behind the scenes stuff that's happened. So if you guys don't want to see any of that, I just want to give you a chance to leave now. 422 people in here right now. Thank you all so much for giving us the time of day.
Fucks.
Gary Catlow says one side can probably call it Friday the 13th. They can have Miss Voorhees and Kid Jason. The other side can have adult Jason, but they can't have Miss Voorhees, Kid Jason, or the name Friday the 13th. For me, you win when you have adult Jason with the mask, because I think that's what the general public want to see.
Yeah,
so I think whoever has that wins.
If you're gonna do, nobody wants to see like the Friday the 13th remake they did in 2009 was better. Like that was the idea behind. Like, I don't want to see a remake with Pamela Voorhees as the killer running around, because once you see the original Friday the 13th film, it's over. Like, you can't go back and watch that movie, because now you just want Jason. So it's not the same thing. You cannot remake that fucking movie.
I 110 billion.
They did it brilliantly in the 2009, because they only showed a brief moment of it, and then it was over. It was done, and that's all you got to show.
I'm with Joshua Ayers. Call him the J-Man. Who gives a fuck at this point? Like, who cares? We know who he is.
I've not agreed to a contract yet, my sir.
His middle name was Richard.
Over, then I will. God damn. Could you calm down?
Richard strikes the camp. All right,
J-Man. I'm going to take you to court.
Here we fucking go with the Halloween Kills news. Share screen. This is all very new. Bear with me. Where to go? Okay, starting with you. There's a story that came out where Paul Friedman was talking to comicbook.com, and Ryan Freeman, who is a producer for Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills, he hints that after Halloween Ends, the franchise could explore Season of the Witch after Halloween Ends. Darkwing Duck territory here. Here's what he says.
Darkwing Duck.
All right.
Get dangerous.
He
says, made masks.
I think there are other ways and other mediums in which to explore this franchise, Freeman confirmed. I wouldn't necessarily say, I mean, there's always interest in exploring Season of the Witch again. Is it something we'd race to do? I don't know. Our focus has been COVID delays, figuring out how to do Halloween Ends and shoot it, COVID protocols on that, all of those things coming out of that. That's been our focus. But I think it would be something where we explore other outside areas of the Halloween universe. I think after this many films too, we have to look at other places just to get a little bit more creative, right?
Jeez. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like, here's the thing. I know that Halloween 3 has got its fans, and no doubt I hated it when I was a kid and I watched it. I thought it was fucking stupid, and I didn't really get it until I got older and I watched it again because I wanted to see Michael Myers, right? I think Halloween 3 has had its time and place, and I think it was a good experiment. I think it failed. I think that John Carpenter, he'd even gone on record and said before that he thought that Halloween could be one of those things where he could tell multiple stories over the Halloween night and not just focus on Michael Myers. Well, guess what? The Cobra came and struck you in the anus, and it said Michael Myers is where the magic is, and Michael Myers is what's associated with the Halloween brand, and Michael Myers is what people want to go see. Season of the Witch If you remake it and you try to do something new with it, fine, you can do that. But at the same time, if you're trying to use this as a platform to jump off into a new era with Halloween, it's already happened before. They tried it. It failed. Nobody wants to see it. The thing is, hardcore Halloween fans or hardcore fans of Season of the Witch may want to go out and see it. The fact of the matter is, Halloween Season of the Witch, Halloween 3 season, was a failure. And I like the movie, but in comparison with everything else they've done in the Halloween franchise concerning Michael Myers, is a flat flop. It does not work. John Carpenter had to admit that. And I felt bad for John Carpenter because it was the same thing with Wes Craven. Wes Craven didn't want anything to go past Nightmare on Elm Street 1. He was like, I'm going to tell an awesome story, and then that's it. And they kept on churning out movies because they realized how incredible Freddy Krueger was and the potential dollar signs in his butt cheeks. And they wanted to keep squeezing that for the MTV generation. The same thing with Michael Myers. John Carpenter didn't want to go further than probably the first one. He gave him a chance in the second one to tell the whole complete story. And then the Season of the Witch came out. He was fully supportive of it because he wanted to leave behind Michael Myers. It failed. Again, it failed. I mean, and this is on record and everybody knows it. So
and it was because of bad promotion, though. They didn't tell people Michael would be in it.
Well, yeah. And because you created an awesome character that everyone loved, that everyone got behind. And it was so like, not even polarizing. It was just so magnetic. That character of Michael Myers was so magnetic. So many people loved it. Then you just shift gears on them really quick and then put a finger in their butt and say, guess what? We're going to talk about something that's not related to Michael Myers. People were like, fuck that. You're not going to call it Halloween and get our asses in the seat and take our money. And Michael Myers isn't even going to be in it. So I don't know.
I see and I agree with you about everything you're saying about Halloween 3 and why it didn't work. But what I'm thinking here when I read that too at the same time is he's saying, what do we do after Halloween ends? Or what are you going to do after Halloween ends? And it seems like he kind of brought off, I don't know, Season of the Witch seems to be interesting to people, which if you remember when Halloween 2018 was announced, there was a lot of people who were saying, why not just do the Season of the Witch thing? Why do we have to keep going back to Michael versus Laurie? Do Season of the Witch, do that. And I always disagree with it. And here's why. You can do an anthology. VHS 94 is coming out in a couple days. You can do an anthology and do a horror anthology and have it be about anything. You can title it anything. Why do you have to use the Halloween title to make a horror anthology? You know what I mean? So why do your Halloween, do a horror anthology, but
that's what I mean.
Halloween.
Because it's easier for them to keep the brand name because they know that it's guaranteed money for them. And Tomo Gato is actually correct. He was like, why not just call it Season of the Witch? Don't put Halloween in the front of it. That's
true too. And here's where I land on that though. I also understand where he's coming from because what we're all wondering is after Halloween Ends is over with, right? Halloween Ends is done. David Gordon Green's had his trilogy. It was put in the spotlight. It was, this big, huge thing. And then now what do we do? We don't have Laurie anymore. And I know what you and I want. What you and I want is to see Michael Myers Unchained. Let's either go back
to break free.
Either go back and pick it up, the Thorn storyline or one of the previous storylines, which would be hard to market because you have all of these casuals who don't understand. It'll be very confused. I get that. Do you do a Netflix series? I would like to see reboot it. Now hear me out. Reboot it from the standpoint of a Netflix series. Start from the beginning, but then go into the Thorn stuff. Go into everything. Keep it all in canon and see what you can do season by season. Yeah, that would be cool.
I think that we talked about that before. Even exploring. I feel like you have time when Halloween Ends comes out. There's time in between to figure out what you want to make your move on, because then you could do the Dr. Loomis files. You could do multiple things that could go to HBO or whatever and make a killing and do a justice to the series and present backstory. Then you can do whatever you want. I don't think it needs to be rushed. I mean, they're like, oh, what should we do after Halloween Ends? Yes, people want to see Michael Myers back on the big screen, no doubt. Right after Halloween Ends, they'll be like, well, what's next year going to be? But you don't want to turn it into a Saw franchise when every fucking October, even though I would like that. And I know you would like that. Yeah. Every October another Michael Myers things comes out, but I understand that they want to make sure that it's a great story. I don't know, but you don't have to rush it. So I mean, this idea that something has to be done after Ends is stupid.
Now, I do want something to be done after Ends, but I think that actually lands in the same question though, because here's what I'm saying, and this is what I was kind of getting at, is that I don't want Halloween to turn it into an anthology that forgets Michael Myers at all. But if we want to keep the Halloween brand name in front of people while Michael Myers percolates and they think of a really good way to continue his story in the background, I think we're looking at after Halloween ends. It's just like with the Bond movies. Okay, when Daniel Craig's done, how many years is it going to be until they start a new Bond movie, right? I feel the same way about Halloween ends. Michael Myers isn't gone forever. Even if he dies in that movie, they're not going to be done with the character Michael Myers. It's just going to take a couple years for them to sort out the new director, the new vision, all that stuff. I wouldn't mind if during that time they do a season of the witch, because it gives something to the Halloween fans to look forward to. It still ties into the franchise. Meanwhile, we don't have to sit back with absolutely nothing for 5 years, for 10 years, until a new vision comes along. So while I don't hate the idea of season of the witch, of doing that, I like it. I think it'd be fun. I think the only way I'd really like to see that happen is if it was a stopgap between Halloween Ends Michael Myers and the new version of Michael Myers, whatever form that takes.
You know what? I would even go as far, look, you can make Season of the Witch, you can make that a TV show. Like, right? If it's just a gap, if it's just a gap stop between Halloween Ends and the next incarnation of whatever writers take over Michael Myers and put it back on the big screen, you could name. And I think that's what Carpenter wanted anyway. And I've already mentioned this before. We've talked about the Loomis Files. We talked about a Michael Myers TV show, or at least like Season of the Witch is perfect. If you just, and Tom Elgato said it right, you just call it Season of the Witch, like Tales from the Crypt, and you just tell a different story within the Haddonfield universe, and it doesn't necessarily have to deal with Michael. But that at least people know when they watch it that it's not necessary. Like American Horror Story, it's not going to be about the murder house. Which American Horror Story, everybody's expecting the murder house, and it's not. It's different stories told with different, consequences and all that good shit. I think you could do that and do it very successfully. So but if that's only, but again, I don't want, like, if they do Season of the Witch, the remake, I think it's the wrong move to make. It's the same bullshit they did with Halloween 2. When Halloween 2 ended, and I'm talking about the original Halloween 2, 1980, and they came out with Season of the Witch, it got terrible fucking reviews, and it got terribly received because you purposefully misled people. You called it Halloween Season of the Witch, and then people went and saw it, and there was no Michael Myers, and they're like, okay, so you lied, you used the brand. It's like it's like saying, oh, I'm gonna slap on this piece of shit shoe, Nike, and it's not a Nike shoe.
I do think that's really easy to fix, though, because the reason why that happened is because they weren't upfront with people. They didn't make it very, very clear.
They lied.
And again, it was hard. I don't know if they lied. It was harder then because you don't have social media and stuff like that now. Back then, you just see a trailer and it says Halloween, and the audience assumes Michael Myers is going to be in it. Today, you can make very clear Michael Myers is not going to be in it. It's going to be Season of the Witch.
We'll see how that goes. I just feel like with your customers, you need to be upfront and honest. If it's not going to have Michael Myers in it, don't act like it's gonna, because I think that even in that time in the 80s, those trailers were misleading because it didn't show Michael, but you didn't know because it called it Halloween. Right. And again, the simple out of that would have been just call it Season of the Witch.
Well, and then there's the other side to that, which is, what if they put out Season of the Witch and it's supposed to be just a stopgap while COD and everybody figure out what to do with Michael next, and then that tanks at the box office, and then they can't get funding to bring out another Michael because everybody goes, nobody wants to see that anymore. When it's like, no, you don't understand, that wasn't Michael, and then it's a huge confusing mess.
Well,
somebody said in here,
and the good news, by the way, is Michael Myers, as far as the character itself, will never have that issue at the box office. The only thing that almost killed it was Resurrection. Because Michael Myers is always going to be a name seller. Like, they're always going to be people like, oh, I'll give you the money for that.
And sorry, I was trying to find your name in there. I really apologize for not getting it, but somebody made a really good point, and they said the problem with all this, with it going directly to TV if they do a series, is that typically franchises like this don't go to TV and then come back to theaters. And that's a really good fucking point. Like, it would be fascinating to see a Halloween series go to TV, and I think all of us would be cool with that, especially with how good they do TV now.
Yeah.
But like,
I think a Halloween series works on TV only. Like, if it's a Season of the Witch, it only works on TV. 100%.
Well, no, I'm saying if they go Halloween at all to TV, it's really interesting to say, does it ever get back to theaters? Because if you look at it, like, you look at like Entourage, like they did 8 seasons of it and it was great. But then when they do a movie, you feel like you're just watching 4 episodes smushed together. I would never want Halloween to feel that way. I would always want Halloween to be a cinematic experiences. And that's a really good point to bring up, because if it goes straight to TV, is it ever going to be the same cinematic experience again?
I think you dilute it, and I think you make it a lot less palatable for people that are fans of the series. If you take Michael Myers and put him on TV in that way, It's like making Gotham, and I know there are people that like Gotham and they like that show, but it's like the same fucking thing. It's not gonna work, and it waters down the property. If you take Season of the Witch, I'm not talking. First off, you will never be able to take Halloween and put it on TV as far as if it's centered around Michael Myers. It just doesn't work. And as far as if you do that, then you might as well say that's a death knell in the fucking series. It's no different. You might as well have Halloween. You might as well have Michael Myers taking on Pinhead, because that's as bad as it gets. If you take something like Season of the Witch, though, and under the title, put it on TV, yes, that would work. Dr. Loomis Files would work, because you're not just going to focus on Michael, or not even.
That's a good point.
You might only mention Michael in the peripheral.
It's a really good point. Yeah. It's not a full-on Halloween.
No, it's not a full-on.
experience.
If you put Michael Myers on TV, it's fucked. It's fucked.
And then when you want to do a cinematic version again, you can go, this is about fucking Michael. This is just about you know what I mean? Like, that would be cool. I can see what you're saying. Their call says there has been a Friday the 13th film in 12 years. What if all this was a build up to the 13th film on the 13th year? By the way, my name ain't in the credits on your vids. I responded to you about that, Dirk. I said, just message me on Patreon. I'll fix that. Just
the way that you read it really quick, it's like, by the way, my name's not in the credit.
Yeah. Message me on Patreon, man. Just send me a message on Patreon. I'll fix that shit. That happens sometimes. It's a they don't bring the names over or whatever. I'll fix that. It'll take 2 seconds. Just send me a message on Patreon. But no, like, I highly doubt that they would fake an entire fucking court thing just to be like, hey, by the way, surprise, the 13th
Is that illegal? I don't know.
If they did, I'd shit my goddamn pants. It'd be fucking amazing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, and there might be like legal repercussions if you lied and filed a false fucking. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the law works, but I would imagine that would be like someone's gonna get fucked in the ass in jail. But I don't. Yeah, I wish it was something like that though. It'd be great if they were like, oh yeah, we were just kidding. After all these years and dangling a carrot in front of Friday the 13th fans' face, it was all a buildup. I highly doubt it, because at the end of the day, Hollywood types like this are selfish assholes, and they really want money.
I would shit my fucking panties, dude. Okay, the final piece of the news we're going to talk about before we go into actually reacting to these videos is that
is that who is that? Is that David Gordon Green?
No, that's Jason Blum.
Oh, Jason Blum. He looks like he just farted in the elevator and he knows he did it, and he's walking off of it and he's turning around looking at everybody. I was like, it was me.
He kind of does have that look too. I did this. But no, he explains why everybody was wondering, why the fuck are you all putting Halloween Kills on Peacock? It's going to kill the box office, so on and so forth. All I know
Michael
is
Shannon, dude.
He kind of does. I can see it. But he said it was my idea to do it. Peacock didn't approach me. I approached them. I, like everyone else, am a big believer in the theatrical experience, which, to his credit, he really is. He's always fought for this stuff. He says, I think there should be windows. I think Universal's strategy of the 3-week window is a great strategy, but I had a bad distribution experience with Freaky, the movie with Vince Vaughn in it. That movie is a great movie, and it didn't get seen because the distribution of it got all twisted up. My fault.
Well, at least he admits that, though.
Yeah, he goes on to say, I didn't want to go through that experience again. I didn't want to have a movie that I'm really proud of, that I think is great, and have there be an excuse why people didn't see it. So I'm the one who pitched Universal on the Peacock thing. And then I pitched Jamie and David, which shows you, by the way, how much power Jamie Lee Curtis has. If Jason Blum has to go to her to pitch her about it. I pitched Jamie and David, and it was my idea. I stand behind it. I'm glad I did it. He also goes on to say, I don't want to do it for Halloween Ends. He says, I want Halloween Kills to be a theatrical film. He says, I want to go back to traditional windows, but COVID is incredibly unpredictable, and I didn't want to risk it again. I felt like I did that with Freaky, and it left me with bad taste in my mouth, so I don't want to repeat that experience. So yeah, I understand where he's coming from.
You know what he sounds like? He sounds like a smart businessman, and he recognizes changes in the marketplace, and he's doing his best to adapt to those changes. Yep. So there's nothing wrong with what he said, and I agree with what he said. Of course, a lot of people want things to go back to the way they were, and they want to go back to the traditional setup that we've had. But here's the thing, and we said this before, back when COVID first started, and this whole streaming versus not streaming debate happened. It was always going to happen, Pete, because you knew this was coming, Pete. You knew this was coming. Streaming is becoming a very, very powerful platform and idea for a lot of studios to consider, and they've gained a lot more popularity and power, especially during the lockdowns, than they had before. And I'm not, look, the theaters, they're going to survive, they're going to be okay, but the reality of it is things are not going to go back to the way they used to be. It's just not, because at the end of the day, what really solidly solidifies people's these business owners' minds is that big fat fucking dollar bill sign, and they know that. I mean, it's just facts. They know it's cheaper to stream it. They know that the numbers look good for them in a lot of ways, and they're like, "Hey, why do I want to pay, a certain theater chain this much percentage a month or this much percentage to show my movie when I can pay half that and have more people that are willing to drop $25, $35
I think
on a fucking movie?"
The theater pays them for the movies, though. I mean,
Well, I
they don't
know,
have to
but
pay the
either
theater
way,
shit
but they don't
stuff.
have, but either way, but they don't have to even go through that anymore. And it's cheaper for them to even not have to worry, because they still have to pay money to show their shit.
I think it's always better for them to put it in theaters first, but here's the problem. When a movie comes out in the middle of a pandemic and it doesn't do well because of the pandemic, then it gets confusing. It's like, did it not do well because of the pandemic, or did it not do well because it was a shitty movie? And then everybody they go to for funding for the rest of their time, the next movie they want to do, they're going to throw that up in their face negatively. So it's all a shit show and it's all confusing. I think eventually what's going to happen is this day and date stuff's going to be gone. We're not going to do the HBO Max same day release anymore. I agree with him. I think Halloween Ends will at least have a window that it's only in theaters. But I think that he thought to himself, I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. And you and I have been screaming it from the mountaintops. We think Halloween Kills is going to blow fucking minds, right?
It's going to be amazing. That's why Venom pushed their release date back.
Well, yeah, and Venom did great in the movie theater, by the way.
They did like 90 million. But again, I want you guys to take that with a grain of salt, okay? Because it's not everything that you believe in numbers. Look, some of it's not. That movie should have made $200 fucking million at the box office. So take it as it is.
But I also think that people are over this being scared to go to the movie theater. I think my personal opinion is it wasn't smart. I think they should have kept it. I'm happy to have it on Peacock. Don't get me wrong, but I think, dude, I go all the time. I don't see any fucking drop in anything on it. It's the marketing. It's like confusion. Is it on this? Is it on that?
They're probably thinking like states like New Jersey where their fucking infection rates like up 3 times than what it was.
And that's a whole nother conversation. But what I'm saying is that, again, Venom just made 90 million at the theater. Okay. 60 million less, I guess, than what Halloween made 2018, which is a huge fucking deal at that time. I don't care about the box office numbers. I don't like to get into guessing and all that stuff because I think it's just dumb. I think it's going to be very different because it's going to be on Peacock and it's going to be fucking pirated left and right and all this stuff like that. But I think in Jason Blum's mind, and I get where he's coming from. He looked at it like when you're gambling, he looked at it and he said, look, I love this fucking movie. I think this is a really good movie. And I think people are really going to enjoy it. I don't want to do anything to fuck it up. So I think he actually took the stance of, I'm not going to fight for the box office numbers and have people tell me the movie's a failure because of the box office numbers. I'm going to release it fucking everywhere. And then at least if the box office numbers aren't that great, then we have the excuse. I mean that in a not as brash way as it sounds as excuse. We have a reason to say why the box office numbers weren't that great because it went straight to Peacock. So it's a weird thing. But again, he said it himself. He wants Ends to be in theaters. He still believes in the windows. I think the windows are a smart idea. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever you're going to be. Yeah, maybe it's never going to be the same, but it doesn't mean nobody's going to go to the fucking movies anymore.
Yeah,
I mean, we're going to the movies right now.
I think it's one of those things for me is like, I really don't give a shit because I'm not making money one way or the other if the movie theaters go out of business or people go to see it. The only ones that are concerned about are these big fat fucking movie studios, and I don't give a shit.
I care because I like going to the movies.
But the movie theaters aren't going to close down, and I don't have a stake in it either way. If it's easier for them to release it for someone to watch at home in their living room, and if they're disabled or something else, whatever the fuck the cause might be, fuck it, let it happen. The thing is, I don't really give that much of a shit because I don't have a fight, like a dog in the fight. I mean, I don't. I mean, because
you do though, because at the end of the day, you're gonna want to in 10 years, you're gonna be able to, you're gonna want to go to the movies.
I don't. But here's my point: I don't care. I mean, I personally would like if I go, but I have a choice. If I want to go see Halloween on the big screen, I can go see it. But if I want to sit at home and watch it, I can watch it.
But that's not financially viable for the people who make the
movies.
But
that's not my finances. I don't care if it's on them because the reality of it is they're shifting with the times. It was just like the people that bucked against Netflix with Blockbuster videos and brick and mortar stores. They were like, "Oh, the streaming service will never fucking happen." They
Fair,
lost.
but let me ask you this though: do you have the choice to go to a video store right now and rent a movie? No, you don't, and that's exactly you're not going to have the choice in the future.
But that was the writing on the fact is it was always going to happen when technology has become so easily accessible. That's what happens. I mean, that's
but you
what happens.
pay for an
The
experience.
drive-in movie theater, but the drive-in movie theaters are still available, but they're not in hot demand as they were once, like 30 years ago. They're not. And nobody's really bitching about that. Oh, I'd like to go to the drive-in.
You and I both would love to be able to go to fucking
I know,
to Blockbuster and rent a movie.
Yes, personally, we would. But there's a lot of people that were like, you know what? It was a big hassle, though. I have to pay late charges. I have to be there on this, and I have to do this and do that and all that. So I get, there was a lot of bad things. I mean, fucking Hollywood Video got sued in court for a multi-million-dollar lawsuit because they charged somebody hundreds of thousands of dollars for late fees. So, but you know what? Honestly, what killed the brick and mortar stores was their own ego. They thought they were too big to fail.
Yeah.
And they were doing
absolutely.
shit. They were doing shit like charging people massive amounts of fucking late fees. And they're like, you're not going to, okay, for example, if you were 6 days late on a video, instead of just saying, hey, you're not going to bring it back, I'll charge you $20 for the video. They were charging like thousands of dollars.
And that's the thing, like in a perfect world, you will always forever have the ability to, do I want to stream it or do I want to go to Blockbuster with my date, get some fucking candy, walk around? That would be perfect. But hey, what's the line from Wedding Crashers? He's like, I would like to be fucking grow up, Peter Pan, Count Chocula. He's like, you can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, like, one of these things is going to die or it's going to work. So I think we have to root for it to work because you're not going to always have every option you want. But in the end of the day, the point is, I think I get where Jason Blum comes from. I think we all get where he comes from. I think it's a positive sign for Halloween Kills because I think you look at that and you go, hey, he thought to himself, I just want this movie to be experienced.
Yes.
And if I have to fucking lose box office to do that, I'm going to do that because this movie is a big fat W and I'm not going to let COVID take that away from me. God damn it.
And that's what he did. That Jason, I think he's a smart guy. And I think that, again, he's a smart businessman and he saw the writing on the wall. The only problem is, and he is facing backlash on this, they're like, well, if you felt this, back, why didn't you just release the motherfucker when it was supposed to come out and on demand? If you already felt like this and you pitched it to Jamie and you pitched it to David, you already felt this way. You should have just released it last year.
Nobody knew.
Well, I know, but some of the studios did start releasing early. I mean, they didn't say, I'm going to push it back in the hopes of maybe everything going away and going back to normal.
Well,
but the fact is, he also realized that he said, I will never push this movie back again because he realizes if he does that, it's a death knell.
What I'm saying is look at where we were then. I think we all thought when the vaccine came out, like, you know what I mean? And it did for a while. And for the most part, it pretty much has. As much as scary stuff has been coming out about the Delta and all that stuff like that, you can still look at the world and be like, hey, they're going to concerts. I just went to a fucking concert. I went to a football game. Things are doing fine.
Yeah, but I think people are still getting sick.
It was that fear, though. It was that fear that okay, we're gonna go through a big second round, and I think that's what prompted all right, fuck it, I said it's coming out, let's put it out fucking everywhere. I don't think you can blame him though for delaying it because at that time it really looked like, and again, fucking theaters are open, man, like you can go. He's not wrong. You can go see Halloween Kills in the theater. What he was wrong
about was, again, and this is, I understand he's trying to maximize profit. And again, at the end of the day, yes, he likes Halloween, but he's a business guy. That's what he wants to do is line his pocket with money. And of course, why wouldn't you? If it's a great movie and it's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. You don't need a year to make your decision. I mean, it doesn't take that long. And the fact is that you set a date. You set a date for October exclusively in theaters, and then you decided a few months ago to make it only. Now it's going to be on Peacock, which, by the way, is a strange streaming service to pick. But it's fine.
A universal
I get it.
Thing, so yeah.
But Peacock is, but they need, there was probably a bidding war, and they won. They're trying to get their.
Well, no, they're owned by Universal, so they own the rights.
Well, then there you go.
Okay,
so there it is. But at the same time, you already have this. Peacock was already around, but. I'm sure it wasn't just him. There's a lot of other people behind him that are pulling the strings and putting the money in. And they probably all were thinking like, hey, you know what? The movie theater is going to go back to normal. I know it's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Our president and our economy is going to, and they said, fuck you. That's what the world said. Fuck you. Nope. It's not going to happen. And then eventually either you put the movie off again and you lose lots of money and people don't care, or you say, I gotta bite the bullet and release it at the same time.
I don't think you can blame anybody for not exactly being
Nobody's
able to
blaming anybody, but
forecast
I just
the
it's not
future of
blaming.
what was going to go on
It's
with
not
COVID.
no, it's not blaming. It's on it. It's commentating on factual evidence. This is factual, real stuff that's actually happened.
Oh, yeah. But he didn't know that at the time. Nobody knew that at the time.
I'm not saying
their
that.
obvious idea was at their minds like, we're waiting on the vaccine to come out, and we obviously don't want to get too far into this.
No, I'm not going to get into politics. Yeah,
but like they thought that the vaccine was going to come out and then it was
Yeah.
all going to be good, and now we're still in this. Now it comes out and like we're still in this. Oh, is Delta going to do this? Is this going to happen? What's going to happen?
Well,
here?
yeah, and I understand
then-
people's
then it was
legitimate
like,
concerns about it, though.
All right, we pushed it out as far as we can. Let's fucking drop it everywhere. Let's recoup what we can fucking recoup, and then let's hope that in Halloween ends we can do this bitch right, and we do it the way we're always wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know, either way, we
What
all
I
get to see
what,
it.
what you know what really makes me what tingles my butt hair, and I would, because if we owned a movie studio, and we had an awesome property that we created and everybody wanted to see it, I swear to God, and I know that we'd probably be dumb and maybe we wouldn't last as businessmen because we're stupid, but I wouldn't care to release it same day on streaming as I do in the theater, because I would give people a choice. I don't think it's a big deal. If you want to go see it in the movie theater, go see it in the movie theater. Look, you know what? Venom did 90 million, but you released it exclusively. I think you could have had 150 million if you'd released it at the same day.
But that's
because
because
there are people like you or me that want to go to the movie theater and experience this thing. There are also people that can't, and I get that, because I think that
sure,
to
that'd
double
be
dip your
nice.
chip.
And I wish that, like, you know, I could fucking fly somewhere and not have to get on an airplane, but that's just not the way it works.
No,
And
that's
I
easy,
also
because
think
you
that,
can
like,
do it. You can't fly somewhere without getting out because the technology doesn't exist.
But here's
But
here's
it
what
does
I'm
exist
saying,
right
though.
now.
It also exists that you can go to the theater if you want to right now. Like
But
there's
you can
tons
also
of people
stream it.
going to the movies theaters. Yeah, but we also don't know how that works. Like, we know when you go to a theater, it's been a golden rule for how long? A person pays this much for a ticket, the studio gets this much. We don't know what the fuck they make when someone streams Halloween Kills on Peacock. We have no idea. We don't know if they make any money off that whatsoever. All
I'm
we
sure
know
they
is
make
that they're
money.
trying to. I'm sure they do make money, but we don't know. We don't know what that. And that, I think that's the biggest question for everybody. We don't know if someone pays for a Peacock subscription, okay, and watches Halloween Kills, but then maybe they keep the subscription and the studio makes money. Maybe they don't. Maybe they order it for that and then cancel after a month. Maybe because it's so easily pirated now, they just pirate the shit, and then Universal never makes a dime off of someone watching that movie, which I'm sure happens.
But I would highly doubt that they don't make money.
We live in a world where you pay for something or you can get it for free, and in this climate where you don't have to have it in a theater, people can get it for free. So
Well,
you know
here's
what
the
people
thing,
are going to
though.
do in
Here's the thing.
2021?
But-
They're going to get it for fucking free, man.
But
And they're gonna.
it's not for free, because you got to pay money to have a
Not if
streaming
you
service to
pirate it.
begin with.
Not if you
If you-
pirate it.
Okay, but fine. Venom 2 came out and people were still pirating, and it was still exclusively in theaters, and they did it 2
Pirating-
days after it came
Right.
out.
But that's been the story from every fucking
Right,
day
but
before.
the fact is,
Like,
you're never
you
going to stop
pirated a dirty
piracy,
version of it.
and using that as a crutch. The reason why that's never going to be
Dude,
it's not
when-
reality.
Here's the thing: when they put that on Peacock, though, in a day, in 24 hours, there is going to be a fucking 1080p 4K version of that online immediately.
Is Venom 1040 after
with
someone
Venom-
says, I got it 1040?
You know what I mean, though. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a fucking HD version of Halloween Kills up within 24 hours after it releases in the theaters, and you and I both know that. And
Well,
it's
yeah,
going to take
but-
5 seconds to find that, and they're going to lose a fuck ton of money.
Well, here's the thing.
They're saving face. That's all they're doing is saving face.
and
They
you
know
and
they're losing money.
I agree that the pirates are going to get a hold of it as quick as they can, but it's no different than when they release a video game on just example PC. It's only PC. People fucking pirate the shit out of their games all the time. And I'm not talking about they'll make a couple million. Like Bethesda is a multi-billion-dollar company. They make more than Halloween. And
You can
they're
dress it up
pirating
however you
all the
want
time.
to, but the fact of the matter is if you can pirate an HD movie or not pirate an HD movie, so you're going to go to the theater and see it, they're losing money. When they put it straight on streaming, they are no fucking doubt 1,000% of the pack, put a gun to my head, losing a fuck ton of money every time they do it.
Probably.
They're doing
but
it.
Here's the thing. I think that they're also gaining. I think they're gaining fans too. I think it's one of those things that you might lose a little. You might lose some money, but you might gain more fans. I mean,
I think
because
it's
now
about
it's more
saving face.
because because I think that you're giving it to more of an accessible group, because maybe a group of people that never watched Halloween because they never went out, now they have available to watch it for $20. It's around October. They're like, hey, I'm gonna have a party. I've never really watched Halloween, but I'll watch this one. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you can pick and choose like negative and positives of both. But here's the thing: at the same time, I don't think it's a bad thing to have it released simultaneously. And if they wanted to do the 45 days, I don't think that's a bad idea either. I think what's going to happen.
It's great for fans, but what's great for fans today, it's nice to be able to watch Halloween Kills on TV and not have to leave the house. But what's great for fans today is not going to be what's great for fans in 10 years when, because of this, we no longer have the option to go to movie theaters.
Well, I don't think in 10 years, I don't think, I'm not looking in 10 years. I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at the fact is, and there's no guarantee in 10 years. That's fear mongering too. Like, oh, well, if you release it simultaneously, the theaters are gone. That doesn't mean but all it means is the theaters have to adapt. It doesn't mean automatically they're going to die out. If they adapt better than if they adapt better than Blockbuster and Hollywood Video did, then they'll be fine. If they are assholes and think they are too big to fail, they will fail. So I feel like there's a middle ground between both. And I feel like the 45-day period between the two was fine. I don't think that was a big deal. But if certain companies, and again, I just feel like it's arguing over a moot point. I think it's all going to go to stream anyway. And I think that the movie theaters, they'll stick around. They'll be a nostalgic thing like the drive-ins. They'll still show new releases. I think so. But at the same time, it's not going to be as a big of a deal to go to the movie theater as it is like, hey, guess what? I'm going to invite some family and friends over and we're going to watch a flick for $35, like a pay-per-view event, like a boxing match. I mean, we don't have it. Like you and I are going to watch a boxing match on Saturday. It's going to cost like $80 to watch it, right? Well, and because we love boxing, but a lot of people are like, God damn, $80. Like, yeah, but that's worth it. That's worth it for us.
I won't get into that, but I will say if I wanted to stay at home and watch that fight for free, I could.
I know
it would take me like 5 clicks.
Yeah, it rhymes with Slackle. I know where you play. So I know where you play. I know where you play at your house.
We're not arguing. And again, like,
no, we're not arguing.
We agree. We agree that it's. Oh, hey, in a fucking chocolate wonderland, Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Sure, I'd love to fucking be able to watch Halloween Kills on my TV and also go to the theater. But in a business world, I'm just saying that I don't think that's going to last. I think you're going to lose one of those options. So
I don't know.
But it's not up to us. Hey, it's not up to us.
We don't know. Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, everybody was like, I saw peripheral stuff. We're not fighting. Like literally, well, the reality of it is Mike and I don't have any stock in Halloween, so we don't really we're just talking as people. Yeah. Like this is the same conversation that we would have in his garage.
We've been talking about this since since COVID. But it's
so I know we got to do some reactions, and people are like, "Oh, what about those reactions? I saw you smart ass." We're gonna do those reactions. I gotta go pee though.
I gotta pee too. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna take one. I'm gonna put up another fucking video, and hopefully to God it doesn't fucking slow stream, fucking buffer, and all that shit like the last one did. But if it does, we'll have it fixed by the next stream. We're gonna be right back. Take a quick pee, and when we come back, we are gonna react to Ghost Hunter's Moon music video. We're gonna react to
during that one.
We're gonna react.
I don't want to get roasted.
The Halloween Kills B-roll behind the scenes footage, and we're gonna react to the new Halloween Kills featurette Warriors as soon as we get back. We'll be right back, guys. Fuck you, Jay. Oh, he didn't hear me. Let me find this.
call you back. Hello, I'm Dr. Sam Loomis. I work here at the We Watched the Movie paper company. You know, I get asked a lot. About how did you come up with the We Watched the Movie paper company? It's interesting. Okay, it used to be called Smith's Grove Sanitarium for the Nutsos, or the Crazies, or, you know, just the asylum. Unfortunately, we had a patient that continuously broke out of his bedroom and went on a rampage. Not our fault. It's legally okay. But unfortunately for us, we went bankrupt. Just like that. And so, I was left without a place to go. What am I supposed to do? I said, I got an idea. I was perusing through an internet website. It was not porn. It wasn't that. It was how to maybe start a new business. I came across the GoDaddy.com. I love Danica. She's my favorite NASCAR racer ever. I love her. So I investigated, and they were selling it, so I bought it, but I had to get a loan from two gentlemen from Kentucky Fried Chicken State. We watched the movie, Mike and Jay. So I took the money and I started it up. And we watched the movie.
Oh, did that video end? Oh, excuse me. Hey guys. Sorry I had to wait for that break. Thank all 69 dudes of you all for staying around. Listen to us talk shit. We're really appreciative of every single one of you guys. Trust me, we realize every day how lucky we are that you guys give a shit what we have to say about any of this stuff, because we're just two dudes talking movies. You know, we're not breaking scoops. We're not fucking breaking news. We're not pretending to. Oh, did it crash? I thought it just ended. Let me see. I'll take that shit off here real quick. We'll figure that part out. It's a new streaming software. But just want to let you guys, we're super fucking thankful for all of you guys. We realize that. It's cool to have you guys give a shit what we think and sit here on these nights and hang out with us. And we love you for it. And we're about to react to some cool shit. The stream went way longer already than we planned on it going, but missed you guys, man. This past week, been traveling, went to Green Bay, went to Denver. Couldn't do all the live streams that we wanted to, but really excited about Halloween Horror Month this month. Really excited about fucking Scarefest. This shit's going to be fucking wild. By the time November hits, I'm not going to sit right for a month. That sounded weird, but we'll figure out that video issue for sure. It's fun to do that. We didn't always have anything to do. For you Patreons, I'm going to edit tomorrow or very soon behind the scenes footage of all that American Psycho shit that we did, all that stuff. As soon as Jay gets back here, we will react to Ghost music video for Hunter's Moon. Hopefully that won't copyright strike us, and the Halloween Kills B-roll and the Halloween Kills featurette Warriors. We'll figure out why that break video's dying. Jay has a gigantic Yoda pillow. I want to sleep on it. I do. There he is. What's up, Nicholas?
Hey, dude, I got an idea.
What?
What about this? What if they called it Regal Streaming?
What would that
Like
change?
No, it would change a lot, because if Regal Theater, and I know they're not the biggest one. I don't remember who the biggest movie chain is. I don't know if it's Cinemark. Yeah, I don't know if they're the biggest one, but if they had, if Regal, I'm just gonna go with Regal because it's the one I know. But if it was Regal, if Regal still owned their theater, okay. But it's kind of like when Blockbuster was approached with Netflix, and Netflix came to them and they were like, "Hey, we want you to basically put us on your platform and have your streaming service." It would be called Blockbuster Streaming. It wouldn't even be called Netflix now. It would be called Blockbuster Streaming. I think Blockbuster would have made enough money to stay open as a brick and mortar store and have a streaming service. Regal, if it was called Regal Streaming, could have a theater that still showed their shows and then also have it on streaming.
Who gives a shit what it's called, though? I want to be able to go to a movie theater and watch a movie.
No, it's not about what it's called. I'm talking about the company. The movie theater itself would own. It would be called Regal, like it would be a Regal theater and then a Regal streaming, and they would pay out so much money a month to get the access to it. And then for, I don't know, I mean, and they could even make the price range like $30 a month.
Wait, that'd be great. For Regal, it would be expensive. But what's it do for me who wants to go to the movie theater?
Because the movie theater would still be making money off the streaming service to be able to stay open.
So I see what you're saying. It would line their pockets so they could keep
it would line their pockets enough. So you would
would
be able to duel it. You could have like it was just like Blockbuster. If Blockbuster had taken Netflix up on their offer, we still have brick and mortar store.
No, I don't disagree with you on that at all.
Yeah, so I think that would be a good idea. Like, goddamn, that imagine if you imagine that dude Blockbuster, if Blockbuster had taken Netflix up on their deal, Blockbuster would still be around now, and it wouldn't just be a fucking Kevin Smith story in Oregon.
It'd be nice if that line their pockets enough to keep their stores open. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. All right, let's get into this because we got a fucking lot to go to still. So let's we're gonna try this for the first time. I really hope it doesn't freeze like the fucking break videos did. I got my dick crossed. Cross your balls, Jay. Let's hope that this fucking works. Let's hope that this works. So the first thing we're gonna watch, a band called Ghost has a song in Halloween Kills called Hunter's Moon, and everybody's been telling us we got to watch the video to it. So we're going to react to it and we're going to watch it live with you guys. So here we go. God, I hope it works.
Did we miss a super chat?
I looked, I didn't see any that we missed. And if we did, just email me. We watched the movie 2@gmail.com. We'll start the next show with it. Just to remind you guys. Okay. So you guys see this, you see this, Jay?
Yeah.
All right, sucking, fucking, and wait. Mike Production says, "Did you see the Halloween Kills clip? Kids be dying." We're gonna watch that. So, all right, here we go, guys. Ghost Hunter's Moon. This song is gonna be in Halloween Kills. We're gonna watch the video together. Sucking, fucking, and touching.
Two teachers, like I have eyes in the back of my head.
Considered offering self.
Fucking hit me with the ad in the middle of the goddamn video, man. How
they gotta make their money?
Analysis from your own lab.
Okay, here we go.
Walk away
and
the house up.
Oh, there he is. There he was at the very end. At the very end.
You know what? I'll be honest.
Oh shit! No,
it was great.
Go away.
It was some good shit. I like it, but I felt like Ghost was a little bit afraid, and that's why they showed that scene at the very end, and they hope that no one made it to the end of the song so that they wouldn't get sued. Because I'm pretty much sure that they don't have the rights to show any of Michael Myers, and they showed it at the very end. It was cool. I mean, I think the whole thing was about, I don't know what it was about, but the vision, the way they shot it looked cool.
Yeah, and that's a Ghost song. Like I've heard Ghost songs before, and that's their whole style. Like that fits in with them. So the idea of Hunter's Moon fits with the Michael Myers thing. I think it's cool that they got a Ghost song in there, because they do have a real Halloween like creepy feel to them, and they're weird. Like they do sound like, you're right. They sound like kind of an 80s. Not. I don't
Remember
metal,
we what was that? The Jason song that I let you listen to, the band.
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about. It sounds
Yeah,
like that.
I can't remember their band name, but it was exactly like that. Yeah, and I've never even heard Ghost. That was the first time I've heard of Ghost, but I've never heard their shit.
It is hard for me to imagine that song in a Halloween Kills movie. I imagine it's going to play when the credits come up.
The credits, yeah.
So
if they play that during the scenes, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, I think that's what you're gonna. That's the song that when Halloween Kills ends, that's what we're all gonna be walking out of the theater to. Which is, you're gonna feel good about yourself having, walking out of the theater. Like, it's a hunter's moon.
I would. you know what? I think it would be really cool. And I know it probably would be corny, but I think it would be cool if you had Hunter's Moon playing maybe at a particular scene where the kids are hanging out, like the teenagers are hanging out at a party, and then and then one of them picks up a phone and they hear like, oh my God, Michael Myers, or something related to Michael Myers, and that music really kicks up, and then they're running around trying to find someone to help them. I think that would be cool, but otherwise, no, it's not. If you use that in the movie at all, as far as like when Michael's fucking killing, I'm like, all right, well now it just seems like a fan film edit.
I see a lot of people in the chat talking about Ice Nine Kills. I think Ice Nine Kills is great, but I think that's way too on the nose. I mean, that's way too on the nose. When you have a song about them, that's kind of like in the 90s when you would have someone like write a song about Batman Forever, or like R. Kelly writes a song, Gotham City.
I like that. I like that song. I like that song though.
It's a little too on the nose, but it's a Ghost song. It sounds like a Ghost song. It didn't really feel like it had anything to do with Halloween Kills except for that very end shot.
R. Kelly's going to be singing that in the shower when he gets butt fucked.
A city of justice.
He's like, a city of poop. A city of peace for every one of you.
Hey, 400 people to chat.
Hey, all right. Thank
y'all for hanging out. Woo!
Be a lot cooler if you did have some weed.
Gary Callow says, I shouted fucking beans when my grandma was watching TV. I couldn't explain it to her, so I was wondering, did you make it up or is it from a movie? LOL.
We've talked about that multiple times. It's from a video.
We played Halo one time.
Yeah.
And we used to play Halo all the time and talk shit to people. And there was this guy when we were playing Halo, and he gets on there. He's like, so you're from America? He's like, so you eat fucking bins?
Dude, it was the funniest fucking thing, because back in those days, like it was probably 2009 or 10, because Halo Reach had just come out, and this guy was pissed as shit. I don't know what was wrong with him, but he couldn't speak English that well, and that's when everybody talked massive trash, super massive trash on the lobbies, and we were playing with this guy, and he thought like every American was from the 1800s. He's like, you sit around your carpets and you feed your fucking bins. You're gonna eat your fucking beans, so you have a camp out and you have a fucking beans. And I was dude, we were trying to play. I died so many times in that game because this guy, every time he died or it eats like just randomly, like, you eat your fucking beans. He would just say it randomly. Yeah, like he was a Spanish dude and he was just very angry about everything and everyone. And all he could say was that Americans ate fucking beans around a campfire. I was like, dude, we're not Texas Rangers.
It reminds me of that scene from Beavis and Butthead when their parents are out there eating the fucking beans and farting. It's like,
that's what I think he thought. I was like, I think you're a couple hundred years behind. I think he thought we were still out in Texas and we were like trying to do our westward expansion, and we were like hanging around a fucking fire eating beans. I was like, okay.
I'm really psyched that worked for everybody and didn't break apart on us, because what we're getting ready to watch now, this is one we're going to pause it and talk about it as we go. Jay, you can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a big thing that came out that we missed while I was on vacation. Halloween Kills B-roll and outtakes. All right, sucking, fucking, and touching.
Keep swinging until I say.
Look at Jason's ass. It looks good. James Jew's got it going on. That's a big old. I mean, not Jason. I mean, Michael. He's got a big old hump in his ass.
That's they're just moving the cameras around, but that's he's got the skull mask from Halloween 3. You know, we know that, we've seen it a bunch. He's looking fucking badass there.
But looks good. What if you had kind of, you know, the first thing I didn't even notice that's the Halloween. You know, it's one of the masks from Halloween 3,
right?
The skull. But at the same time, I thought he was holding a trick-or-treat bag from Kmart.
It's gotta look like that. He's just watching a soccer game. But yeah, again, what if he blew a fart right there? You know that boom mic would pick it up. If James Jude Courtney ate some fucking buns for lunch and he just let out a fart there, everybody would.
If I knew the camera was that close to my butthole, I would go back on it. I would walk backward.
that red light on the mask is
looks good though.
All right, here we go. That was the jump scene where you see the trailer where he jumps off the thing. That's him doing that, man. That's some Tom Cruise shit like there. He's got some
I'm not impressed. We do that all the time on our YouTube channel.
We have literally done that.
We've done multiple shit like that.
In one of our videos, I literally, wearing boxers and a sleeveless shirt in the middle of a snowstorm, jumped on top of Jay's SUV and hit the thing. But yeah, that's what
we've both done, like crazy shit that we shouldn't be doing. Period.
No doubt about it. I got stabbed a couple weeks ago.
I know. I literally got my ribs almost broken during the Office skit.
It's a good scene.
Because the guy that played Jason, by the way, almost broke my fucking ribs.
Did you hear him, dude? He went.
I hope they keep that in the movie.
Oh shit! I fucked up. What did I do? I fucked up. Okay, hang on. But he did, and then they can edit that out and post too, right? But
right
he went.
Now, a lot of us need
what
insurance.
the fuck is going on here? I don't need insurance.
No, wait! I want to see.
Affordable. Stop.
Sidecar health.
It's okay. It's okay. You're not him. I know you're not him. You're gonna be okay.
If I were behind the camera right now, I'd be like, all right, you know what? I feel awkward. Like,
what?
Who are you talking to?
What is she talking about? Judy,
you're not him.
Saying,
okay,
you're not
I don't know.
What is happening there?
What if she's what if she's talking to Jamie?
Well, no, I don't think she. I did hear a rumor that a lot of people mistake someone else for Michael in the movie. That's a rumor that's going on. So maybe that's what's happening there. I don't know.
Be that one.
Take it easy. No, I'm fine. You're not fine. You had a knife in your stomach.
I swear to God, the way that she said it, I thought you had a knife in your pussy.
I had a knife in my pussy. That's funny as fuck though. That sounds like you and me after we get done with the video. You're like, dude, I'm fine. Let's do the next scene. It's like, no, you're not fine. You had a knife in your fucking pussy. You can't keep going. Oh fuck.
Well, that was the funny thing is because when we were doing that we were doing the Office thing, and it wasn't his fault. You know, I got pushed really hard and I landed on my ribs because I did like this and it cracked it. And dude, it's fucking I had like a bruise down my fucking ribs and I thought it broke it. And then it can't. The guy that played Jason was a really nice guy. He came out and he was like, "I'm sorry, man," because I got pissed because I was fucking mad because it goddamn hurt. And we did it 3 times in a row. Like after he pushed me into the table, then we got back up and did it again and again. And the guy that played Jason came in. He's like, "Dude, I'm sorry, by the way. I didn't mean to hurt you." I'm like, "No, it's fine. Like, it wasn't that. I'm good." I felt like I was like, I know I'm being a pussy and I'm talking about it too much, but I was very upset because I shouldn't have lifted my arm and did it because I went down like this.
I remember you got mad because like it was like we have to film that again because Jay was wearing the wrong clothes.
Yeah, because my fucking ribs were almost like they bent in two, and I'm like, I don't want to do it again.
You got mad. I was like, dude, you're the one that wore the wrong fucking clothes. Not me.
Well, I'm not directing it. So I was like, who the fuck's job was it?
All right, here we go.
No! It's not him! No, stop! It's not him!
She's talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Face. I'm Laurie Strode! You sheep, it's not him!
She called him sheep, dude.
I think that, well, that's interesting. Sheep. I wonder if that was like line-orama, because she was just saying whatever. I know it's probably a script, but she was like, it's like she didn't like know what to say next, and she just came up with something.
that ties into what I was saying before, though, where maybe there's a guy that they think is Michael, and he's getting, and the whole crowd, their Evil Dies Tonight shit's going after that guy. That ties into that. She said, "No, it's not him. You fucking sheep. It's not him." That was weird. That's weird. All right. Oh, dude, Michael said it fucking drew this fucking seat.
What are you doing?
What?
Get out of that seat.
What is going on? Why
I don't like that though.
That looks
well,
just
I
like
kind of do
Drew's
like
chair.
it, but I don't like it. I don't know.
Oh my god, dude! Did he go back to his house and he's sitting in his sister's fucking makeup chair after she got?
I'm gonna
banged?
make my hair look like fire.
I'm a pretty princess. Holy shit, dude! That's wild. That's a nice shot, though. That is pretty.
And by the way, but I don't know if it's his sister's house because it's really nice. Like, look at the bedspread. Look at the floors. It's not burnt up.
Well, maybe he goes to someone else's house and he kills them, and then maybe that reminds him of where he killed his sister, and he sits down.
What a pretty little dress. I wonder if she's got it my size.
You don't have any red lipstick. All right, here we go. That's wild. That's a fucking cool shot, though, dude, with him looking at the
big spoiler, though. Big spoiler. It looks like an Annie Lennox music video. Walking on broken glass.
Holy shit, that's wild, dude. He sits, maybe, and if it is his house, he sits there and he remembers it. Oh, that's that. We're gonna get into some weird shit when Halloween Kills comes out, dude.
I know.
Holy God,
it's kind of cool, but it's kind of weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
Maybe some foundation. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's
blue.
Oh my God! Don't look at yourself. You're ugly as fuck. Just get up and kill.
What?
I'll be honest. I don't know how I feel about that particular scene because if they try to go the Norman Bates thing where he kind of like sees himself in the reflection, and then there's this like momentary pause, and he's like reflecting, and he's like, "I'm wearing my mama's panties." I don't want to see it. I don't want to have him have a crisis of self. You are Michael Myers. You are an evil bastard, and your whole job is to brutally murder whatever's around you. So don't get twisted. Don't get it twisted. Twisted. Go ahead and fucking do it.
Kay Ballard said, "The goddamn pin is blue."
Yeah. Could be that too. Could be that too.
Oh, here we go.
That's how I feel I look like every morning when I take a shower. I look at myself in the mirror. It's like, God damn.
Do you have perhaps some banaka?
Oh, my wiener's so small.
What is he doing?
I wish it was bigger. Oh, he had the knife. He held the knife up.
Oh, here's the Matichak scene or Mutichak scene. I've been saying that wrong.
Slow-mo.
Okay. Got Cameron with a gun.
I got to be honest, man. I would love to be able to, imagine someone like you would feel so important when someone's pulling the camera back and you're holding the gun up like the pussy that he is.
Oh, we're about to see something. Oh, I thought Michael was going to drop down like an H2O with the one hand push.
And he's wearing a monster mask.
I don't give a fuck what you say. That is Teddy from fucking Rescue Me. He's not listed in the IMDb. That is Teddy from fucking Rescue Me, dude. 100%.
He kind of sounded like R. Loomis. He was like, I don't give a fuck what you say. He's wearing a mask.
Dude, that is him though. I sat next to a guy on the Chicago airplane. Talk just fucking, but that's him. That is Teddy from fucking Rescue Me. If you guys have watched that show. All right, sorry. Here we go. That was David Gordon Green.
I saw it. Yeah.
Oh,
I like that.
Next time you buy American.
Looked like Michael threw that car.
Vamonos, children.
Was that Michael? Go back real quick. Was that Michael? Go back.
Driving the car?
No, go back really quick with the car scene. Just a little bit. Yeah. Oh, okay.
There's Tommy.
Yeah, like, okay, did you see that? He was trying to get into the driver's side seat. Did you see that? He was trying to open the door. So I wonder who was driving the car.
He's right there.
Shut up. Captain Hook's not going to help you.
That's a good scream, though. There's Tommy. Where's the fuck's Paul Rudd for stealing my scene? God damn it.
That's how he felt after Breakfast Club.
It's a hunter's moon. Oh, that was cool. I guess he's about to hit Michael. Ah, Prince of Robin.
David Gordon Green looks like he's shooting a Maroon 5 video.
You guys have any Skittles? I like Skittles.
Let's do it one more time, and everybody go over your left shoulder to look at the window.
I gotta be honest.
And
David Gordon Green looks like he owns a comic book
action.
store, but he's really proud of it, and like he does a lot of business. And I would go to his comic book store.
And that's not a knock at all.
No, I
Like,
know. I love
yeah.
comic book stores. That's I mean, I would tell.
Oh, there it is, dude. Look at that fucking water cup.
I want to see how they did it.
Mars.
They got hoses behind.
Oh
that
man, he's ready to bet on some NFL
God
football
damn.
this fucking Sunday.
It's so fucking.
That's how you
badass.
wake up Sunday morning, 10 a.m.
We
when
had
your
just
bets
this
haven't failed yet.
beautiful reunion.
Sheriff Brackett.
Run! Go home now! Before he kills us all!
Go back to Real Housewives.
When I was in
Shut your
Halloween,
face.
I was 8 years old. I didn't know what I was doing until
No, I
I
do
saw
like
it.
Ooh, that was a
What
flashback.
on God's green earth?
It just had to do with finding characters that had been established in Carpenter's original and
Can you turn it up a
finding
little
ways
bit?
to keep them involved in the story.
It just felt so good, you know, all of these people from the original movie coming together again.
41 years is a long stretch
Shit,
of
that's
time.
badass. They
Who
need the
would
police
have
department.
imagined?
Jamie, can I say something? 40 years ago.
I carried you.
I'm not gonna carry you down.
You know she was struggling.
I know. Yeah.
That is
It's
why
not,
when I
that,
pick up
it's
my
not
wife.
that she's fat or anything, but it's
No.
she's Jamie Lee
No.
Curtis is a little older.
Yeah, it's like when you pick up anybody, you're like, I got
Yeah.
this, and you're like, oh God.
It's like you never hear of this. It's just not done.
Sheriff Brackett.
There he is.
Chambers.
Here I
I
am.
remember.
Lindsay
Well, we know that
Buchanan.
that guy is from Scarefest. They
Yeah,
wouldn't give us
Sheriff-
the time of day. Fuck him. So, no, dude, I'm not kidding. Listen,
quick story.
and I'm glad that he's back in it, the real Sheriff Brackett. But the fact is, Mike and I, our second Scarefest, maybe our first Scarefest, we went in there. That dude had nobody around his table. We had our press passes. We were green behind the ears, and we were like, "Hey, sir, can we get a couple, like a 5-minute interview with you?" He was like, I don't know. I'm kind of busy right now. Maybe if you guys are going to stick around on Sunday." I'm like, dude, nobody gives a fuck who you are. How about we just have a time now? And then, nope. So I was like,
Well,
I'm not going to come back on Sunday.
To be fair, I think people give a fuck. Like people clearly give a fuck. But at that moment, there was no one at his table. The Scarefest hadn't even opened yet. And we went up and we're like, hey man,
Yeah,
can we
well,
possibly
you say-
interview you because like we're huge fans or whatever. And he was like, yeah, come back Sunday.
Well, it's not like we were trying. Yeah, but you say people give a fuck. It's not like people. It's not like Alice Cooper. It's subjective. I mean,
Well,
you
yeah,
have a
but
fan
still.
base, but most people wouldn't. Like most people now wouldn't know who the fuck you were. So my point being is, like,
There,
we
though.
had an opportunity to interview him, and I just felt like he came off as rude. But it's cool, man. I'm
Wasn't
glad that
the
he got
best
his little
experience.
doozy here.
It was in 1978. We shot it in 3 weeks.
That's
You know,
another
sometimes you
flashback.
just luck into something. It's a young actor, a good part. Brand new filmmaker. Why not?
Now, all these years later, the whole town banding together.
She's fucking
behind
awesome,
Jamie.
by the way.
We are gonna get him first.
It's Halloween. Everyone's entitled to one good scare.
Oh shit, that was a hardcore throwback to the original one. They're actually like I haven't
It's
seen
almost
Sheriff,
too much on the nose, a little bit.
I haven't seen Sheriff Brackett at all until this, and he's been in here like 3 goddamn times, man.
So he's got a big part. I think you know what I think happens. I think he gets brutally murdered. I don't think he makes it out of Halloween Kills because that's one of the things that Michael would never. I don't think he makes it out of Halloween Kills.
I guess he has a I think he's a security guard at the hospital. That's what I'm guessing. That's at least what I'm putting together. Dude, look at that mask right there. Look at that Chris Nelson special. That looks fucking badass.
It's all crispy.
So crispy.
Do you like Joe Blow movie trailers or do you like to blow Joe?
Oh,
if you do, make sure that you sign up for Joe Blow movie trailers, where we offer blowjobs and Joe Blow at the low cost of $9.99 a month.
All right,
Thank you
one
so
more.
much.
We got one more, and it is going to be the Warriors featurette that just came out today.
Warriors come out to
Come
play.
out, play.
You know who I always thought that was Sean Penn, and turns out
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It was not.
When you come
Hey,
in,
look at the party. What kind of ads you got? What kind of stills you got going on?
Shut up, Target. Okay, here we go.
Lori is a warrior.
You hippie, shut up!
But
Oh, that music is
Michael
sexy.
survived.
Because I
Oh,
always
that was
do.
great. Like
her
when they did
daughter
that.
and her granddaughter
Great.
into warriors. We fight. We always fight.
They have taken the torch from Lori to try to put evil to rest.
Michael Myers has haunted this town for 40 years. We're gonna hunt him down and we're gonna put an end to this.
Ooh, did you see that, dude? That was
No,
a
I don't know.
hardcore.
But Kevin's like, don't do it, Mike. What are you talking about, Kevin? Jesus Christ. He's like, don't do it with an exclamation point.
Dude, look at that. That's got to be Lonnie, right? That's little fucking Lonnie there in the flashback sequence, and that's Michael standing above him like, you got to fucking get it, Lonnie.
Yeah.
You fucking owe me $10 on last week's fucking super parlay. You picked the Saints, and the Rams won. You owe me. Now give me your
like
fucking
anybody
Snickers.
from Casino. In the movie Casino.
Put an end to this.
She's definitely related to Lori.
Evil dies tonight.
These women are fighters.
He creeps, he kills, he goes home.
He creeps, he kills.
Sounds like a Marvel Jeremy Renner talking.
He shops Target.
Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Mike Production says there's also the official 1-minute clip of Michael Myers
Hold on,
chasing
stop,
Lindsay
hold on.
Wallace. What?
It just said our stream was suspended.
Policy violations.
Policy violations.
Oh no.
Clips.
Okay, that's what it did. That's what did it. It was the clips. Hang on.
Okay.
Can people still see us?
No, they can't see us, right?
No, that's what they're saying.
No, it literally is streamed.
Okay.
We're done.
All right, hang on. Hang on. Let me
Yeah,
stop
we're done.
this. Let me stop the screen. Let me know if
Shit.
it comes back. By the
Yeah,
way,
okay. we stopped it, so if it comes back,
I didn't
yeah,
stop
they
the stream, but I stopped the video.
they fucked us immediately.
Probably was the music video, I would say.
No, they just said any of the violation. I don't know what the fuck we did.
Okay, hang on.
Woo-wee, I didn't know they would do that. They
sure.
cracked on that fucker quick.
Hang on one sec. Let me see what happens here. I guess I'm gonna end the broadcast and okay. So yeah, we definitely got kicked. All right,
Yep.
let me end the broadcast and we only had like a minute to go anyway, so it's not that big of a thing.
Well, I guess we can't show fucking clips at all.
Hang on. Well, no, I mean that's not
They
it.
fucking,
It's the
they hammered our ass as soon as the Halloween things was coming on.
hang on. All right, I'm gonna end the broadcast. I'll check in with you in just a minute. I'm gonna see what I can do here.